I'm gonna record the Bible study this time. Oops.
You say you what? I'm sorry, I'm still at the hospital. Service is shaky. What'd you say?
I said I'm going to record the Bible study.
Oh, praises.
Yeah, for
As
the
you
first,
should.
the first time. This is what we're gonna do.
Yo, can I share the
Yeah,
link? Is that okay? I want to see if anybody that I
absolutely.
know.
Yes, please, for sure.
Let's see what one. I don't want to. I broke my phone yesterday,
Did you?
and
Oh my goodness.
yeah, and listen, right now what they're charging to fix a phone screen is crazy. My goodness.
What kind of phone?
Yeah, I got a Pixel, so the Pixel's a nice phone. I do like it.
Oh, I just broke my Pixel, and
What
yeah,
do you have? Like an 8, a 9, or a 10?
I had the 9, and I had
Damn.
to, and I literally have this iPhone because my phone costs almost $400 to fix.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Damn, that's a lot. $400.
almost 400, yeah.
Mine was 280,
So
but
this is
I
my
found
first
somebody.
time. This is my first time
Hmm.
recording, so I'm about to do like a little test record to see
Okay.
how this works, and then we're gonna stop.
Let's see how I can
Well,
share this.
not we're gonna stop. Y'all don't have to stop doing anything. Just don't mind.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Now I'm about to stop it.
Send to attention.
And see.
Send to Tara. Um, send it to Pearl.
Wait, what's going on?
Sent.
Okay, send that screen. Oh, what?
I think that's it. Okay.
One,
All right, we'll
two.
see. Next time I'll just send it, but because we've been kind of off for the last couple of weeks, I didn't really want to send it because we took an MIA.
Oh yeah, we sorry.
I wonder if what's name would come. I'll send it to her. Let's see.
Huh.
Yane. You should know her. I know you like some of her music, so.
You said what's her name?
Yane.
Yane.
Yeah.
I don't think I know her.
Yeah, you do. You like her music.
Is
There's
it
a
Yaya? Is it Yaya?
no. It's Jone. I don't know if it's Jone. I might be saying it wrong, but I think she pronounced it Yane, but it might be Jone. Hold on. I'll tell you what her Instagram is. 'Cause you might know her by Instagram.
Okay.
Because you do know her. Because I've seen that you like some of her music. I think she's super, like, I told her she's talented as hell. Honestly.
Okay. Okay, now let me see if this started recording. Let me look at my thing and see. Okay, so that was successful. All praises. So I will record because that was successful. So I'm gonna go ahead and start recording.
Nah, yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, that's her name on Instagram too. Yeah.
I wonder if it's recording the sound too. I can't. Oh, let me see.
Well, you do that. Let me
You said what?
yell up some of the men them. No, I'm gonna say hi to everybody else. I think I see Nat. I'm not
Okay,
sure if I'm
yes,
saying your
do
name
that.
right,
I'm
brother,
sorry,
but
because I'm
yeah.
trying to make sure that we get this recorded because tonight is going to be a good lesson, and I want to be able to share it. I'm going to make a YouTube channel. I want to be able to share all of the Bible studies moving forward.
Hmm.
So we all can go back and look at them, reference them anytime we want, need to, anything. And also, you guys, I do want to tell you, we have a brother, Nat Turner. He's here right now, and he will actually be doing the majority of this study today. And he's got some really good stuff going on. So this is all praises. And then we have also something already for next Bible study that you guys can all, everybody collectively, we can get stuff together, take notes together for the next one. We'll discuss that when he's done doing all of his study. And then it's a lot of people in here right now. And we still are in the like 10-15 minute grace period too. So we're gonna continue to let people enter. After that, Nat is gonna give his basically like house rules, right? For when he's about to do the little lesson. But until then, Richie, you can go ahead and take the floor, say hello to everyone and whatever else you was about to say.
No, I was just saying what up to. I like to just introduce myself, get to know
Oh,
everybody.
okay.
But anybody could speak. It's not just me. I mean, I just wanted to say hi to
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I just know that you was wanting to say something. But yes,
Yeah.
everybody can speak. Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. Everybody engaged. This is an
Yeah,
engaging
that's what I was gonna say. Since
thing.
you gave me the floor, Meek, that's what I was gonna say. Like, for everyone comes on, like I'm a very social person. So, like when people come through, I love to get to know you guys, and I like if everybody just like put their participation in. 'Cause I like to get to know you guys. Maybe one day, y'all willing, we'll probably at some point link up, so that way it wouldn't be
Yeah.
so awkward because we at least build that rapport with each
I
other. So,
definitely think that we should
you know,
have like a link up party
yeah.
eventually somewhere in Atlanta or something maybe.
I was gonna come to that thing that you guys did, but I couldn't get a chance to come out. You guys did some sort of
Oh, in Atlanta.
concert in Atlanta, yeah, and
Yeah,
I saw it, and I was like, man, I wish I came, but
mhm.
and I'm not too far too, like no, was it Atlanta or Georgia? Somewhere in Georgia, somewhere in Georgia.
Yeah, it was somewhere in Georgia. Yes.
Yeah.
Hi Stella. Shalom.
Hey.
Hey. Hey Miss Renita. Hey Robin. Hey everyone else. Who is Stanley Dunson? Is that who you invited?
No, you
Nah, I
invited
don't know who
me.
that is.
I
I'm out.
invited you. What's your
Yeah,
name?
I'm out staying from Indianapolis.
Oh, Oxton.
Yeah.
I didn't know your full name. Shalom Oxton.
So,
Nah, that's
Shalom, Miss Renita. Shalom. But yeah, what's up, Oxton? I'm sorry. That's Oxton, y'all. He's great.
chill.
Shalom Nat, Shalom Levi, Shalom Love is real. Who's that? We
Shalom,
can't hear
shalom.
you, brother. You muted.
I said, hey, how you doing, sister? I'm Dennis Crittenden. You sent me an invite through Messenger. I'm
Oh,
just
praise.
popping in to get the word. So, hey, everybody out there, shalom. All praises. Hope you guys enjoyed your piece of trumpets and ready for the word.
All praises and Shalom, brother Levi too. Was you about to say something?
I just wanted to say shalom to everybody in the chat. All praise to the Most High and His only begotten Son who lives forever.
Yes,
Long live the King.
long
Let's
live that
get in the
king.
word.
Yeah, shalom.
Shalom, Tierra. Is she here? Shalom, sister. Nat, are you ready for the night?
Stay ready, baby.
Okay, that's the
Nah,
right
I'm just
answer.
playing.
That's the right answer. Yeah, that's the
Stay
right
ready,
answer
so we
right
ain't
there.
gotta get ready.
Okay.
No, I was just playing. Yeah, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are.
All praises. Yeah, we can start whenever you're ready.
I
Oh, Sister Tierra says she can't work her mic, but she here. Shalom, Sister Tierra.
Hi, everybody doing? My name Brother Ezra. I also go by Nat Turner. You know, whatever y'all want to call me, Nat Turner, Ezra, it don't matter. But I'm from St. Louis. I've been in the truth for about 10 years. And pretty much tonight, y'all, we just gonna go over the 3 feast days, you know what I'm saying? Trumpet. Then we're gonna hit a little bit on Atonement, and we're gonna hit a little bit on the Feast of Tabernacle.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like to really do a lot of talking, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to give straight into the scripts, you know what I'm saying? So
But remember, brother, now I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Remember, we was gonna do the stuff beforehand,
yeah,
like you
yeah,
said.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and then we got two hands raised too. Uh, Miss Renita, you have a question?
No, I just accidentally pushed that. But hey,
Oh,
everybody.
Shalom.
okay. Hello. And then love is real. Love is real. You have a question?
Yeah, I wanted to know, could I invite somebody to this Bible study?
Absolutely. Invite everybody.
All right. Quick question though.
Huh?
As long as they're not a debater, bro. Don't let them
Yeah,
come
as
in and
long
start
as
debating.
It's no,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
this is
no.
a
It's
peaceful.
a yeah, yes. I'm trying to invite my wife. I'm trying to figure out how do I do it. Things.
What's your name? What's your name on Facebook?
Okay, Dennis Wayne Chittenden.
Is okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. You said Dennis what?
Dennis, then Wayne
Wayne Crittenden?
WAYN. Yep, yep.
Okay, I sent it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. The water. I mean, Ayanda Bar. We're gonna edit that out. I'm just playing. Okay, go ahead,
Nah,
Nat. You got the floor. Lock you.
All right, so yeah, so before we get started, like we like to go over the rules of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because everything has rules to them. You know what I'm saying? And without rules, it'd be what's called chaos. You know what I'm saying? Or lawlessness. So we like to establish the rules so everything can be done what the Bible calls decently and in order, and that with all our getting, we can all get an understanding, and we all understand that it's no big I's and little U's. In this walk, we all walk shoulder to shoulder. We all make up what's called the body of the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what position you play within that body, whether it's the pinky toe or whether it's the hand or whether it's the chest, no matter what position you play, whether it's deemed insignificant or whether it's deemed prominent, we all make up the body. You know what I'm saying? And unless we all work together, then we that body won't be able to function properly. So what the rules of the Bible do is it makes sure that reproof and correction can go forth. So no matter, you know what I'm saying, to no matter who it is, whether you got a high rank within the body, or whether you just, you know what I'm saying, or whether you a cameraman, whether you just somebody that's sitting in the audience, reproof and correction can go forth to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna establish these rules real fast, and then we'll get into the lesson. So if y'all would, we're gonna open up our Bibles to Isaiah the 28th chapter.
Hi.
And I think my brother, is it okay if brother Levi read for me?
Yeah,
Or did anybody else want to read?
I mean, I would, but he could read first. I
Okay,
could
that's
read
cool.
second.
That's cool. I'm finna say if you want to read first, sis, this cool. It don't matter.
Okay, it don't matter. Yeah, I can read. You said Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah 28. So we gonna hit verses 9 and we gonna hit verse 10.
Isaiah 28, verse 9 and 10.
Hey, can you hear me, Levi?
C.
All right, just making sure.
One second. Uh,
And I encourage y'all on y'all own time to actually read this whole entire chapter. Is really good.
mm-hmm. Uh, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. And Levi, while she doing that, you'll get Hebrews chapter 5 for me.
What was that again, bro?
Get Hebrews chapter 5 for me. While she yeah,
Okay,
Hebrews
I
chapter
got
5.
it.
All right, you can go ahead and
Okay,
read it, sis.
okay. I'm write it down real quick.
All right, cool.
So I don't forget. I'm gonna take notes and I'm gonna share the notes too with everybody. And then I also got 2 apps that are taking notes simultaneously too. This is my first time using it, so I'm trying something new. I'm trying to get us some decency and order, like Brother Nat is talking about.
All
Okay.
praise.
So this is you said Isaiah, right?
Yes, ma'am. Isaiah chapter
Isaiah
28.
28, verse 9 and 10.
Yep.
Okay, it says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand the things that he heareth? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So hold right there for me, sis. So notice that it was 2 questions that was posed. To whom shall he teach knowledge, and to whom shall he make to understand doctrine? And notice that he says you have to be weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, meaning you can't still be on baby food or you can't still be a novice in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but the Most High not gonna send you out amongst wolves, and you still in the learning stages. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you weaned off the breast, weaned off milk and drawn from the breast. So we're gonna hold that real fast because I want to get an understanding of what the milk is. You know what I'm saying? So Levi, if you would read that Hebrews chapter 5 real fast. I think it's starting at like verse 12.
Okay, family. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 5 and verse 12. And it reads on this wise. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yah.
So you see that. So the first principles of the oracles of Yah is that you be taught. You know what I'm saying? You have to be taught first before you can start. You know what I'm saying? Before you can teach. You know what I'm saying? And also being taught is just sitting down, getting in the word, praying, and letting the Ruach lead you. You know what I'm saying? So keep going, Levi.
12 continuing. And are become such as have need of milk.
Have need of what?
Need of milk.
Come on.
And not of strong meat.
Come on.
For everyone that uses milk is unskillful.
Is what?
Is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
Come on.
For he is a babe.
For he is a babe. So what he's letting you know is that milk, an individual that's on milk is unskillful, meaning inexperienced in the word of the Most High. These usually is talking about people that's just first coming into the truth. You know what I'm saying? And first coming into, you know what I'm saying, what we call the truth or understanding the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You still an experience. You still got a little bit of the world in you. You know what I'm saying? So what he letting you know is, you got to continue to be built up until you're able to transition from baby food to start eating more solid foods. Come on.
The book of Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
That are of what?
Full age.
Right. And full age is just the individual that's spiritually mature. That's all it means, is just you get to the point to where you spiritually mature. You know what I'm saying? You understand these laws, statutes, and commandments from all four corners. So you making sure you covering all sides, and you don't got on what's called hospital gown doctrine, meaning you all front and no back. You walking around with your rear end out, looking like you've been sitting in junkyard rock. You know what I'm saying? We can't have that type of doctrine on, because the doctrine of the Most High is sound. It's whole proof. You know what I'm saying? That's why he tell you got to put on the whole armor of the Most High in order to be able to withstand the fiery darts of the evil one. If your back out, you know what I'm saying, then you got holes in your doctrine, then that just leaves a breach for the enemy to come in or to get into you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure our doctrine is sound. Got to be covering all four sides. But come on, let's keep going.
I got a precept too. I'm
Go ahead
sorry.
and run, sis.
It's in Ecclesiasticus, or it's in the Apocrypha. It says the Book of Wisdom. I know it's in there. I think it's either Sirach or Wisdom of Solomon. But it says chapter 4, verse 8 through 9. For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, like how you were saying. Like some babies are grown people just now coming in the truth.
Yeah.
Nor that is measured by number of years, but wisdom is in the gray hair unto men, and in unspotted life is old age.
Yeah. So no, that was actually a really good second witness. It was really good because it just lets you know that an elder is not dictated based on your age. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, of course you an
Mm-hmm.
elder. Your age makes you an elder, but wisdom also makes you an elder as well. Like Daniel was a young man in the book of Susanna. You know what I'm saying? But his wisdom propelled him to the status of an elder, just like with Elihu in the book of Job. You know what I'm saying? His wisdom propelled. He was a young man, but his wisdom propelled him to the status of an elder. You know what I'm saying? So eldership doesn't necessarily mean one that has old age or length of days. You know what I'm saying? Any one of us young men can be elders also, based on your wisdom and based on your understanding. You know what I'm saying? So that was an excellent script. You putting that in the chat, sis?
Yep, I'm about to do now.
All praises, all praises. All
And then
right,
somebody just said First Peter 2:2.
let me see. First Peter 2:2. Let me read that real fast. First Peter chapter 2, verse 2. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm gonna start in 1. It says, "Wherefore laying aside all malice, all guile, and hypocrisy, and envyings, and all evil speaking, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby." So again, that's what he's letting you know. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even Paul said, you know what I'm saying? Look, I couldn't speak to y'all as onto spiritual, but I had to speak onto y'all as carnal. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all still indulging in the works of the flesh instead of the fruits of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And that's indicative of an individual that's just still on milk. You know what I'm saying? You gradually going from having a more worldly mindset to being more spiritual in the mindset. So he's just saying, just keep desiring that sincere milk of the word. You know what I'm saying? That'll help you grow. But getting back to that Hebrews 5, though, read the rest of that, Levi.
All right, back to Hebrews chapter 5, family. I'm going to start at 14 from the top.
All right.
It says, but strong meat belongeth to them that are full age,
Mm-hmm.
even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised.
Have their senses what?
Exercised.
Meaning trained. You have your senses trained to what?
To discern both good and evil.
So you see that. So an individual that's on strong meat, they have the awareness to be able to recognize what's good and what's evil. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between being on strong meat and being weaned from the breast and drawn from the milk. So we're gonna go back to that Isaiah with this understanding now, knowing that what it means to be drawn from the milk and weaned from the breast. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to continue on baby food, but it's important. You know what I'm saying? That we don't skip processes, that we don't skip the process, and you automatically come into this truth and think overnight that you are we scholars.
Hi. You want me to go ahead and read the verse 10?
Yes, ma'am. And Levi, while she reading verse 10, can you get precept for me?
Okay. So it says, for precept must be upon precept,
Uh-huh.
precept upon precept, line upon line, unto line. There a little and there a little. You want me to go ahead and read 11?
Nah, hold it right there. So I want to get the understanding of what a precept is, because it's
Hi.
very important, because he said in order to be weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, you have to understand that precept must be up on precept. Do anybody know what the word must mean when he say must?
Like it.
So when
There's
he's saying that that precept must be upon precept, must, when you look up the word must, it means something that that is necessary, or something that has to be done. So is no getting around this process right here. It's a must. You know what I'm saying? It's no compromising. It's no well, we'll do the precept upon precept, but we're gonna skip the line up on line. Like, nah, he's saying it must be. Precept must be upon precept. Now, Levi, you got the word precept for me?
Yes. It says precept, a general rule intended it to regulate behavior or thought.
So you see that? So that's what a precept is. A precept is a rule and a law that governs your thoughts and your behavior. According to the Bible, that's the law, statutes, and commandments. The law, statutes, and commandments is what's supposed to govern your thoughts. And if that governs your thoughts, then it'll also govern your behavior, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that precept is always up on precept, and this the foundation of it. This the foundation of growing in the word of the Most High. But then notice that he said line up on line, just meaning that, you know what I'm saying, that this truth will be revealed in stages. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying, the longer you in this, then the more you'll understand. Like, you might read something first coming into this. Oh, I mean, you might first open the Bible and you might read something, and then you might read the same thing 5 years later and get an even more deeper revelation of it, because things are revealed in increments. That's why off the top it's a 70-year course. 70 years course off the back. You know what I'm saying? That means or into the casket drop. 70 years off top or into the casket drop. You know what I'm saying? That we must study this word. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as you know, it's much more that you don't know. But then look, notice he said her a little and there a little. You know what I'm saying? And that's just saying that, this book is not like an ordinary book. You know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual book. So you have to jump around and you have to piece puzzles together, and you have to you have to put things together in order to form a whole picture. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. We can't be like the Christian preachers, and we take one script. I mean, one verse out this Bible, and we create a whole doctrine. Because then all we will be doing is we'll just be leaning to our own understanding, and we know and understand that the Bible say that all scripture, no scripture is of any private interpretation. So off the back, you got to come to me with two witnesses. Off the back, you got to come to me with two witnesses.
And I got a precept for that.
Oh, yes, we waiting on you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I was my bad. Okay.
No, we waiting on you.
It's 1 Corinthians 12 through 14. It says, now concerning spiritual gifts. So like how he was saying, here a little, there a little, because it's different books, different time periods, but it's the same spirit. And that's how it's the spirit of the Most High, because they're all speaking the same thing. So like he said, two or more witnesses, but it says, now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that. Oh wait, hold on. 1 Corinthians 12, verse 14. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not a hand, I am not a body, is there therefore not the body? But if the ear shall say, because I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I think it's chapter 12. This is the one where it's talking about the different spiritual gifts, but then I had jumped down to verse 14 because I didn't want to read the whole chapter. I was trying to find a verse that just kind of hit it all, but I'm gonna just start right here at 4. It says, now these are diversities and gifts, but the same spirit. Okay. And there are differences in administrations, but the same Lord. So that's 4, 5. It's chapter 12, 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same Yah, which worketh in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these worketh that one in the self same Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are also one body, so also in Christ. For by one Spirit we are all baptized into the body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink of one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. And then I'm gonna stop there. I'm sorry, y'all.
Like, that was beautiful, because it was going exactly into what we were saying at the beginning, that, you know what I'm saying, one man don't run the show. You know what I'm saying? It's no one man that runs the show. It's we a body, and the Messiah is the head of that body. You know what I'm saying? So, it might be different administrations within the body of the Messiah, but we just all playing our part. You know what I'm saying? It's like he said, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? If you want to be great in the kingdom of heaven, you got to be a servant. You can't place yourself above your brothers and sisters. You got to come like the Messiah came. Look, we talking about the greatest man to ever set foot on planet Earth, the second in command of all heaven and earth, the Messiah. He came down here and he humbled himself as a servant. He washed his disciples' feet. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the example that we got to follow after. We got to be willing to wash our feet. You know what I'm saying? Each other's feet.
As he said, a servant we are not above our master.
Absolutely.
So if he washed his feet and if he was persecuted, then so will we. We should wash feet too. And if it so be that we be persecuted, most high willing, we are not above our master. You know, we have to humble ourselves.
Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna keep rolling with that, right? So look, so we got the understanding of Isaiah 28, right? So this basically is the foundation of just growing in this truth that precept must be up on precept, which is commandments, the laws, and the statutes. That's what a precept is. It's like when Moses said in the book of Hebrews, or when Paul said in the book of Hebrews, after Moses wrote every precept for the people, he then what? He then covered the people, and he covered the test or covenant with blood and hyssop. You know what I'm saying? And they say the same thing in the book of Mark, that a precept is a commandment. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, you have what's called witnesses. You know what I'm saying? Levi, if you would get that Deuteronomy for me. We'll talk about 2 or 3 witnesses. Everything must be established on 2 or 3 witnesses, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in a court law. Everything is established on 2 or 3 witnesses. You know what I'm saying? That's how you establish truth. Let me know when you got that, Levi.
Okay, I
And
got
sis,
it.
if you don't mind, would you get 2 Corinthians 13?
Absolutely.
All praises. I mean, and if anybody else want to jump in and read, man, hey, you know, be our
Richie, where
guest.
you at, Richie?
Be our guest.
All right, fam. We're going to the book of Deuteronomy. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 6.
Now do the 19. Is the other one 19?
Do
No, you could
19.
you could do that one. You could do that one too, Levi. You could do that one too. Do that one and do 19.
All right. It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 6. It says, at the mouth of 2 witnesses
Mm-hmm.
or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Mm-hmm.
But at the mouth of 1 witness he shall not be put to death.
Right. So give me that 19 too, and then sis, we'll run yours real fast.
So is he reading from chapter 17, verse 19, or
No,
chapter
17 and
19?
6. He was reading 17 verse 6.
I know. I mean, yeah, I got that down. But you told him to hit 19. Is he reading 19 out of chapter 17, or is he reading chapter 19?
Yeah, chapter 19 verse I
Okay.
think it's 15, right, Levi?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just taking notes. And then you said you wanted me to go to 2 Corinthians, what chapter verse?
13 and verse 1.
Okay.
And then we'll get into the lesson after this, y'all. Just wanted to establish some rules, so in case anything do come up, questions or anything, like we know how to solve for a problem. We know that first, that precept must be upon precept, meaning the law, statutes, and commandments govern everything. You know what I'm saying? The law, statutes, and commandment is the foundation of everything. It trumps the language, the Hebrew language. It trumps word etymology. It trumps everything because the law, statutes, and commandments are at the heart of is at the heart of everything.
I got a precept for that too when he's done
I'll,
reading.
I'll pray. You can read it right now, sis.
All right, give me a second to get to it real quick.
Okay. Well, while you getting that, then we'll just let him read this. Then go on here, Levi.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 19 and verse 15.
Come on.
And it reads on this wise. 1 witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity
Uh-huh.
or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses shall the matter be established.
So everything is established on 2 or 3 witnesses. You know what I'm saying? And when you establish a matter on 2 or 3 witnesses, look, they have to line up according to the precept. I mean, according to the priesthood. You can't precept in Aaron and then precept under Melchizedek. You got to understand what priesthood we under and how the law is administrated from that priesthood. You know, so if you don't understand the priesthood, you're gonna have a hard time understanding the differences in the way the law is administrated. So you have to understand priesthood. You know, you got to understand the difference between the Levitical priesthood, and then you have to understand the difference between the order of Melchizedek, which we are under now. If you don't understand it, I advise you to get into the book of Hebrews. It gives a thorough breakdown on it. So now, with that being said, let's go to this 2 Corinthians chapter 13. Levi, you will get that. Lysa, handling some business. You hear me, Levi?
Yeah, I heard you, bro.
Yeah, get that 2 Corinthians 13 for me real fast.
All right, family. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13,
Uh-huh.
and verse 1. And it reads on this wise. This is the third time I am coming to you.
This is the what time?
Third time I am coming to you.
Come on.
In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses.
How many witnesses?
2 or 3 witnesses.
Come on.
Shall every word be established.
So you see that every word is established on 2 or 3 witnesses. So look, these the rules. You know what I'm saying? These the rules that we go by, and that we'll make sure that we hold everybody else to, and that y'all hold us to as well, to make sure, like, look, that nobody getting over on y'all, that we not getting over on y'all, and we gonna make sure that y'all not getting over on us. You know what I'm saying? So we can make sure that everybody with all our getting, we could get understanding, that nobody's leaning to their own understanding. And if we follow these rules, everybody can fall under being reproof and corrected. It's just like if we playing spades, right? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you the president of the United States, or if you just some you some homeless poor individual that's living on the street corner. When y'all play spades, everybody comes up under the same exact rules. It's no respect of persons. If the president reneged, the president has reneged, and he got to pay the penalty for it. So it's the same thing with the Bible. We all come up under these rules, and it's nobody that I don't care what your social status is, that doesn't elevate you above the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, because it's not going to work on the day of judgment. The Most High is no respect of person. He don't care because you the president of the United States, you LeBron James, or whoever you think you are. It don't matter to the Most High. The only thing that matters to him is, what did you do with what I gave you?
And I got the precept too. I'm so sorry. I was talking to my nurse.
No, you
Is it
good.
okay for me to read it
Yes, ma'am. It's
real
okay for
quick?
you to
Okay.
read it.
Okay, so I had got this precept because Nat was saying something along the lines as the yes, ma'am. The statutes and commandments is the end all be all. You know what I'm saying? So and that's right. This right here is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 9 through 13, and the title says the whole duty of man. It says verse 9, and moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words. That which was written was upright, even words of truth. The words of the wise are as gods, or Goads, golds, and the nails fastened by the masters of assembly, which are given from the shepherd. And further by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. So remember, it says the whole duty of man, right? Hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahuah and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For Yahuah will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Oh, praise.
And then I still got the 2 Corinthians too.
Oh, we already read that, sis. My
Oh, I'm
bad.
sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no. You good. You good. You good. We knew you was over there handling some business. So yeah. So again, y'all, that's the rules that we play by. Like throughout this process, y'all. If y'all got any questions, then you know what I'm saying. Don't hesitate to ask. Just Bible study. So ask y'all questions. We embrace them. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, y'all. We're gonna go over these 3 feast days: that trumpet, atonement, and the Feast of Tabernacle. And what we have to understand is all 3 of these feast days are tied together. You know what I'm saying? One gives way to the other. You know what I'm saying? So trumpet, it gets you ready for atonement. Atonement gets you ready for tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we keeping these, which we just had the Feast of Trumpets. So with that being said, Levi, sister Yas, or brother Richie, whoever want to get it,
Meek.
Leviticus 23. We're gonna start in Leviticus 23, and we start in verse 1, and then we'll drop down to verse 23 or something
Oh
like
yeah, I wasn't saying like I'm real. I was just saying you was searching for my name. I know it's Yaz Meek, but you could call me Meek too.
that. All right, Meek. We'll call you Meek then, or brother Richie or Levi. One of y'all want to read all praise to the Most High, or anybody else at that matter.
But I do have it. Okay, Leviticus 23, verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first
Start
day
in
of the
verse
month.
start in verse 1, sis, and leave out or brother Richie while she
Okay.
reading it. Well, one of y'all get Genesis 14 for me. I mean Genesis 1 and 14.
Okay. So start at 23 and verse 1.
Yeah, start at 23, read 1 and 2, and then we'll jump down to verse 23.
1 and 2. Okay. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
So
And
so
then,
what
and
we
then
what yeah, so what we need to understand is these feast days or appointments or appointed times. You know what I'm saying? So when you look up the word for feast, that's what it means. It comes from the Hebrew word moed. It means an appointment or an appointed time or season. You know what I'm saying? So these are like doctor appointments. You know what I'm saying? When you go to spiritual checkup, you see what I'm saying? So like Levi, if you would get that Genesis 1 and 14 for me, because it's the same thing that he said in Genesis 1 and 14 when he was setting up the sun, the moons, and stars.
Okay.
He set them up for this purpose. Like they say in the book of Sirach, the moon is a sign of feast. You know what I'm saying? So the moon governs the feast days, because when we get down into that verse 23 of Leviticus, it's gonna say in the 7th month. You know what I'm saying? And a month comes from the word moon. That's why back in the ancient times they used to say, I ain't seen you in many, many moons or many months. You know what I'm saying? So the months, the feast days is dictated by the moon, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So read that for me if you would, Levi.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And Yah said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to
Mm-hmm.
divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons,
And for what?
for signs and for seasons.
So this season right here is the same exact word for feast in the book of Leviticus. It's moed. And again, it means an appointment. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when you ain't feeling good and you make you a doctor appointment, or even when you just go get regular checkups at the doctor. These what these feast days are for. It's to give you a spiritual checkup and to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that your soul is healthy. If you missing these feast days, you might not know what's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And that day might sneak up on you like a thief in the night. You know what I'm saying? And don't none of us want that day to sneak up on us like a thief in the night, because he said, man, look, it's gonna be weeping and it's gonna be gnashing of teeth. So we got to make sure we making our appointments, our doctor appointments with the Most High, to make sure that our soul, not the flesh, because the flesh is already marked for death, y'all. The flesh is already marked for death. I don't care how well your diet is, how many apples you eat, how many fruits, what type of herbs you taking. The flesh is going to die. But we talking about the soul right here. When we talking about the soul, we talking about that part of you that's eternal, that'll live forever, either in eternal life or in eternal damnation. So we have to make sure that we keeping these feast days, y'all. So sis, now we'll go back there and we'll get into these 7 month feasts. These 3 feasts that's in the 7th month.
Okay, so what you want me to read? You want me to
Yeah, we're gonna jump down to verse 23, I believe it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, and then you want me to read all the way down?
Yeah, we're gonna read all the way down to like verse 35, I believe. 35 or 37 or something like that. Yeah, yeah. But
Okay,
it's gonna cover huh.
just let me know when you want me to start.
Got you.
Okay, all praises. Okay, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a Shabbat, a memorial of blowing the trumpets, a holy convocation.
What
So,
type of
like
convocation?
a holy convocation.
So understand what he's saying again is the 7th month and it's the
Mm-hmm.
first day of the month. He said you shall have a Sabbath. Not saying that this is the Sabbath, but it's saying that you should treat it like a Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody got their hands up.
Mm-hmm. Adriana, you can go ahead and ask your question. Miss Adriana Davis, or was that an accident? I think
I
it
think.
might have been an accident.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so all right, cool. So notice that it's saying that it's not the Sabbath or the weekly Sabbath, I should say. It should be treated like a Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? So let's say that our weekly Sabbath fall, say we got our weekly Sabbath, right? But then the day after that is the first day of the 7th month. That very next day is to be treated like Sabbath as well. So you got 2 Sabbaths. You got the weekly Sabbath, and then you got the Sabbath that falls on the first month. The first day of the 7th month, which is the memorial or the blowing of the trumpets. But then he say you should treat it as, it should be a holy convocation. When you look up the word convocation, that's a gathering. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying we should be meeting, we should be getting together, and we should be feasting. You know what I'm saying? And enjoying ourselves. So let's keep going.
Okay, and verse 25, it says, Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuah.
Right. So again, it's no servile work. So whatever you do, them first 6 days of the week, because again, this is to be treated like a Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
So on a Sabbath, it says a man shall work 6 days. 6 days shall a man work, and on the 7th he shall rest. So it's 2 parts to that law. The first part is you must work 6 days, and then rest the 7th. So if you don't work 6 days, You know what I'm saying? We already at a disadvantage right there. You already into breaking half of that law.
And it's a scripture that say if a man don't work, he don't
He
eat.
don't eat. Absolutely. So before you can rest, you got to work. Before you can rest, you got to work. So it's the same thing that he's saying here. Whatever you do for a living on the first day of the 7th month, you can't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? We got to rest from that, and we got to make sacrifices. And look, and what we have to understand, y'all, is the priesthood that we reading this from. See, this was it's coming from the perspective of the Levitical priesthood. So when he's talking about offerings, they would go and they would offer animals at the altar on these feast days. But we currently now at this moment we're under the order of Melchizedek, and everything is spiritual. That's why when you read in the book of Romans, Paul say, offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord. So our sacrifices are spiritual.
Okay, Miss Adriana Davis, you got your hand raised again. Is this another accident or do you have a question?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I just had a question, previous to what Nat was talking about with the moon phases. So I know typically a lot of Hebrews and Israelites use the moon calendar, or more specifically, the Hebrew Israelite calendar, which is calculated by the moon phases. Um, how accurate how accurately could we possibly rely on that? And when we
Well,
have Passover and we know that it is the start of the new year for us, which is in the springtime, should we be keeping track of when we have the new moon and tracking the days one by one to make sure, like, if time is maybe speeding up, slowing down, should we be keeping track of that and like being right on top of it, or should we rely on resources of other Hebrews that have tracked it in the past and update the calendar every year?
well, there is a scripture in the Bible, and actually Nat and I had talked about reading this scripture today, for like the housekeeping rules, and we actually didn't even do that. And
Which
this
one did
is
we
just
miss?
the study to show thyself approved.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely,
was I
absolutely.
was gonna see what, okay, that's Second Timothy 2 and
Yeah,
15. And it says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahuah, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly divided the word of truth. So you
right,
have to rightly divide the word of truth on your own as well. I would
right,
never just take a Hebrew's word for anything without actually going to get my book and looking at it and seeing it for myself. If I cannot authenticate it with my own eyes, if it does not make sense to me in my spirit, then I will continue to study to show myself approved of something that makes sense to me. But as far
absolutely.
as the accuracy of the calendars, that basically goes off of the accuracy of the moon. Now we know like that they've messed with the calendars, and like other parts of the world are even like 10 years behind and stuff like that. But the most high, like stuff like that is like where we will receive, what is grace and what is mercy, because we are in Babylon. So we wearing the clothes that they give us. We're doing the best that we can, but it's free to go outside and look at the moon. You know what I'm saying? You can get a moon app,
Absolutely.
and so me personally, I don't go off of any Hebrew's word. I have a moon app. I understand from the scriptures when the new moon begins. I understand
Right.
from the scriptures that there is 7 days in a week, and that,
Right.
and come in and things like that. So when there is a new moon, right, the new moon indicates a new month. So when you see a new moon 7 times or however many times, um, those are all different months. So the new moon just passed. And we know this because you can go outside. And so we're not gonna go way deep into that because a lot of Hebrews are say different things about the moon and whatnot.
Right.
But
And I had just posed that question
okay, one
because
second. I'm so sorry, Nat. Can you
oh,
take over because it's getting really loud over here?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay, they about to hook me up to something, so I got it. I'm gonna turn my camera and mic off for like a couple minutes, real quick.
Okay, cool. All
Okay,
right.
so like yeah, y'all.
Now what was your question again?
yeah, I had just posed the question if we should be looking at other Hebrews that are studying the moon with the calendar that they create or doing it ourselves. I had been thinking about that for about a year now. And like she said, you could go outside. It's free to track the days. Each new moon is a new month. So that's how we could gauge our feast holidays and certain things like that. I understand that completely. And I've been celebrating it according to that. But it also says not to lean onto your own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little bit like, just wanting to seek counsel in those areas to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, because around my area that I live in, there's no Hebrew Israelites like at all that are awakened to who they are. So in my area, I find myself telling people our heritage and stuff. So just so I don't lean onto my own understanding, knowing that I'm not my own best teacher,
Yeah.
I just figured I would ask the question and get some insight from you guys.
I got you, Richard. Give me 1 second. Let me say this. So remember that that the moon is just a sign for feast. Levi, if you would read that Genesis 1:14 for me again, because we have to understand is you have to take the sun and the stars into account. You still with me, Levi?
Yes.
Read that again, because this makes up the whole calendar, because you have to take the sun into account too, because the sun rules the day. So that's where you get your count from. Your 365 days of the year is from the sun, but then you have to factor in the moon as well. Because if you only running off the moon, then you're gonna run into a lot of problems. Only running into the moon, I mean, only going off the moon, you'll run into a lot of problems. So you have to use both the sun and the moon. They both work
Okay.
together.
Okay. So us knowing that each new moon is a new month, and that's the beginning of the month according to the moon, how would you correlate the sun with kind of like a time frame with the moon? Quite honestly, I've just been going off of the moon. I know
Mm-hmm.
that when the moon is the new moon, it's the first day, and then I literally track every day passing from sun up to sundown. And
So
then when the new
how do you
moon,
do your Sabbath? Do you do your Sabbath based off the moon?
yes,
Well, how is the moon governing your Sabbath when the count in Genesis 1, the sun and the moon was created on what day?
the third day,
So it was either the third or the fourth day. So if the moon was created, the sun and the moon was created 3 days into the 7 day count. How is the moon governing the 7 day Sabbath?
right? Like you said, we're under the order of Melchizedek.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's going to be completely different using the Caesar Augustus calendar that astrology created. So
Look,
technically,
but
people
look, this what
celebrate
we
it
saying,
from
sis. This what we saying.
Fridays.
I'm sorry
Yeah,
to
they
interrupt you, but what
celebrate
I'm
it
saying
from,
is ain't nobody
sorry.
changed the times. Ain't nobody changed the time. The scriptures say he would think to change the times. Not that he did. He thought to change the time. You know what I'm saying? So because look, what you got to understand is time is all based on the Messiah anyway. That's why you have
Right.
AD and BC, before Christ and after Christ. It's all based on Messiah. Time is not. It's not that he changed time. If he thought to change time, the 7 day cycle is what the 7 day cycle has always been. You know what I'm saying? You
Okay,
got you
so
got
we'll be
Sunday,
trying
Monday,
our
Tuesday.
best to
Huh?
keep track, but we'll never be perfectly on point because the Messiah changes the time and the seasons when he sees fit.
Well, yeah.
So we
Well, all I'm
could
saying is the 7 day cycle is what the 7 day cycle has always been. They just threw Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They just threw names on it. So you know what I'm saying? On every calendar around the world, the 7 day of the week is what? On every calendar.
Sunday.
No, Saturday.
Right, it's oh.
Saturday is the 7 day of the week on every calendar you look up. It's the 7 day of the week. You know what I'm saying? So that 7 day cycle,
Mhm.
it's continued uninterrupted from Genesis 1 all the way to now. You know what I'm saying? So the sun and the moon has nothing to do with the 7 day cycle. Only thing he's saying is with the moon just lets you know when a feast day coming in. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's saying the seventh month. So you look up at the moon, and you be like, that's one moon, that's two moon, that's three moons. So now we correlate that with the Sabbath. Not with the Sabbath, but with the feast days. But then you still have to, factor in the sun because the sun governs the day. Read that Genesis 1 for me again. And then we got to keep going, sis. And if you got any questions after that, we could take care of you after the class if you up for it.
That would be great. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. You got that, Levi?
Yeah, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Yahuwah said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night.
Right.
And let them be for signs.
Let them be for what?
Signs.
Let them be for signs. So the moon is a sign of the feast days. But then you have the sun, which is a sign for the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? The sun lets you know because it's the ruler of the day. Come on.
And for seasons.
Come on.
And for days and years.
Keep going. Verse 15.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so.
Come on.
And Yah made two great lights.
He made how many great lights?
Two great lights.
Come on.
The greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
Uh-huh.
He made the stars also.
So
And
that's what I
Yahuwah
just
set
wanted
them
to
in the
show you.
firmament.
That's what I wanted to show you. They work in harmony. But before we keep going, what you got, Brother Richie? We can't hear you. Yeah, I don't know if you talking or not, my brother, but we still can't hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. There you go.
Oh, perfect. The headset, it went out on me. I've been trying. Yeah, I just wanted to add to the sister's question, but I think you answered it
Oh,
well.
okay.
So I think you did a really good job on that. The only thing I
Appreciate.
was going to add to her was that I've been struggling with the feast days myself. So
Uh-huh.
I do understand her positioning. And everyone has their days, but for me, it was more so like just having the intention to want to keep it, and then the most I will send the right people to kind of like guide you there. So if you want to keep it and you desire to keep it, trust me, you'll find a way for you to get to do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, and then I'm gonna add one more thing to it too, and then we'll just let it be. So, like, when you doing your feast, so from Passover to Pentecost, right? You understand that it's 7 complete Sabbaths, right?
Right.
So do you always get 7 complete Sabbaths in a day when you keeping it based on the moon?
So what I do for the time frame, like I said, is just for the first month, I know it's the new moon. I track the days by day, knowing the sun is rising and also the sun is setting. In the precept that the brother brought out earlier, it said that the sun and the moon were a sign for wonders,
Mm-hmm.
times, and the days.
Mm-hmm.
So if the sun and the moon is a time for the seasons, which is the feast days, the actual days, and for signs and wonders. So if I've been going according to the new moon on the first day, let's say it's Passover,
Right.
and it's the first day of Passover on the new moon. If I also bring the sun into the equation, I've been celebrating Passover every sundown of that day because that's when the day starts and the feast days typically start.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're bringing the sun into the equation, like Passover, we eat the feast, we say the prayers, and then by sunrise, everything has to be burnt that's not eaten. So we know that it has ended with the sun's rising.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand what you mean about also including the sun, but I more so mean since I've been tracking the moon, we know every day that the sun rises and goes down. And unless we're in a period of the darkness, which is prophecy to come, which the sun will no longer shine its light, then it would be hard to tell without any of those two great lights, if they were not there anymore, what the sign of the times is. So that's why I was asking, from what I've been tracking, would it be like necessarily beneficial so when we get in that period of time of the prophecy that we somewhat could kind of gauge what's going on instead of being completely in the dark?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me what you got, brother? Love Israel.
Uh, I was wanting to request for Brother Richie to turn his camera off. It's a woman walking around not fully clothed, if possible. Thank you.
Hallelujah. I ain't glad you caught that, brother. Glad you caught that. That's all you had though?
Yes. It was also a comment that she made about the Passover,
Mm-hmm.
and it just and what she was saying was that the Passover started on a new moon, and I just wanted to let the sister know that the Passover wouldn't start on a new moon because of the simple fact that it's 14 days into the first month. So it's impossible for that to take place. If I understood her correctly when she said that, the new moon, from my understanding, I go off the crescent. So once you see the full moon, that's when you would know that it's Passover because it's a sign.
Right. So yeah, we got a prayer request from Sister Ebony. She said, can y'all please pray for me and my household? I really wanted to attend this study, trying to solve an art with my neighbor, and I'm trying, but struggling to display patience and kindness while talking this out. Been talking for over an hour now, and I'm simply ready to resolve it. Well, we'll definitely lift up prayers for you, sister. You know what I'm saying? Just remember, we're dealing with them. You know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but but spiritual wickedness in high places. So y'all make sure y'all lift up prayers for Sister Ebony. You
My
have something,
sister
brother?
and Sister Ebony, don't stoop down to nobody's level either. Remember that Christ, he sat with sinners, he talked to sinners, he did not sin with sinners. If people understanding is not where yours is, and they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose your patience and don't lose your character over that. Just like Brother Nat was saying earlier, you know, some people was on to the milk and some people was on to the baby bottles, you know, and this applies to whether we talking about the scriptures or not. Some people just simply don't have the kind of understanding to keep the peace. So if you got the upper hand to be able to keep the peace, I would suggest you do that, sister, and just let it go.
All praises. But yeah, so we can we can holler at you after the class about that and try and get you some more understanding on it. But let's get back to this Leviticus. What did we leave off at verse 20? We in 26.
I think so. Um, yep, and yep. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month,
Mm-hmm.
there shall be a day of atonement.
Right. So what it is that the moon is the feast day. It dictates the feast day calendar. It don't dictate the calendar overall. You know what I'm saying? It just dictate when the feast falls. So when you think about the moon, just think about the feast. Don't think about the year-round calendar. Just think strictly about the feast. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right.
so come on.
And I was gonna get the definition. One second. I'm about to get the interlinear definition of the word atonement, right? It's H3725. For anybody who wanna write that down. H Hebrew 3725 for this word atonement, and it's Kippur. And I'm gonna have him say it real quick.
Say it again.
3725. Kipparim.
No, that don't sound right. We just gonna say Kippur, Yom Kippur. That's what it's called, atonement, and it means to. Dang, I can't even really see a entry. Redemption, atonement. That's all I see. So the redemption, basically, um, it shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuah. So with the affliction comes the redemption. Do you want me to continue?
Yeah. Oh, so you were just breaking down atonement, right?
That's all I
Right.
did.
Right. So yeah, so when you look it up, it also means when you look up atonement altogether, yeah, like he said, it means Yom Kippur. And the definition of it is basically um Yom meaning day of, and Kippur is atonement. So when you look it up, it actually Kippur or atonement means to cover. It also means to make reconciliation, meaning, in a reconciliation, what that is like, say, if we us being in a relationship with the Most High, if you look at it like a husband and a wife, if they have a rift or some type of a breach in the relationship, to reconcile means to come back together. So this is what the Day of Atonement is about. It's about covering. It's about bringing back together, and it's also about purging and cleansing ourselves from sin and transgressions. So to cover your sins and to purge and to cleanse yourself of sin, and also to make a reconcile or a reconciliation between us and the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that means. And it also, yeah, it's about,
And
you
then
know what
the
I'm
word
saying?
afflict. I'm sorry.
Go
Can
ahead.
I pull out afflict real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay, so then the word afflict, that's H6031, and it's Anna, or yep, Anna. And it says to be occupied, be busied with, to afflict, oppress, humble, be afflicted, be bowed down. So we need to humble ourselves, oppress our own souls, to be put down, become low, to be depressed. be downcast, to be afflicted, to stoop, right? Humble oneself, bow down, all of these things. And then that just right off top just makes me think about, pick up your cross and follow me daily. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So yes, we must pick up the cross and follow him daily, but once a year the Most High also tells us to afflict our own selves in this way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All praises for it. All right, let's keep going. So I'm hoping y'all got any some understanding on it. Anybody want to add to it or anything? Add to it or you know anything that you picked up on? All right, if not, we could keep going then.
Okay, it says an offer. Okay, I'm gonna start back. It says, "It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuah. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it
Mm-hmm.
is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord, before Yahuah, your Elohim. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And
Mm-hmm.
whosoever soul it be, that same soul will I destroy from among the people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout all your generations and all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Shabbat of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the ninth day of the month at evening.
And what?
Right, so that's the beginning of the 10th day.
Uh-huh.
Okay, from evening to evening, ye shall celebrate your Shabbat.
All right, so he's telling you it's from evening to evening. But notice he said it's the evening of the ninth day to the evening of the 10th day. From evening to evening
Mm-hmm.
shall be your fast. And right, and that's exactly what it means when you afflict your soul, is to fast. You know what I'm saying? So you got like David when he said in the Psalms, I will humble my soul through fasting. You know what I'm saying? That's how you humble yourself before the Most High, is you take away what's essential to the body. You know what I'm saying? What the body absolutely needs. The body only needs, a few things: air and bread and water. That's all it needs to function. You know what I'm saying? And you take away, the food and the water to afflict your soul. You know what I'm saying? And
Um,
to huh?
real quick, that just reminded me something. We also need our daily bread. You know,
Absolutely.
was it Luke 4:4? Thou shalt not live off of bread alone, but out of every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High Yah.
Mm-hmm.
We need
and
that too.
and and two, and understand, you know what I'm saying, it may be some people. I don't know everybody's conditions or anything as far as like the physical, but if you know what I'm saying, you can't do these feast days to your own detriment. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, if you on some type of like medication and it requires you to eat with it, then you know what I'm saying, you have to do what you have to do, and you have to understand that the Messiah will stand in the gap for you, because you can't be keeping these feast days and then Lord forbid something happen to you to where you might you might cause some type of harm to yourself or something. You know what I'm saying? And then as well as kids too. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't necessarily have to fast because it's nothing for them to fast from. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep that in mind. Like if you got some type of, you might be like a diabetic or something. You know what I'm saying? You got to take some type of food. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, well, she was keeping that day of atonement and, you know what I'm saying? She went without taking her medicine and stuff, and now she passed out. Like, nah, the scripture say we got to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove to ourselves first. For ourselves first, y'all. So keep that in mind. So we can keep going with this, sister, unless you got something else you want to
I just
expound
wanted to
on.
also
No.
add on that
Go ahead,
is
Levi.
that keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments of the Most High is not grievous. So what
Mm.
Nat is saying is absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Most High ain't gonna make it so that you doing or trying to keep a feast day, and like he said, it's to your detriment or it's to your hurt. You know what I'm saying? Most High ain't set up like that. He is all loving. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
Nat, did you ever get a chance to watch that video I sent you?
Yeah, I watched the video. Yeah, I watched that video. Yeah.
I'm a go ahead and put that video in the chat, and y'all can like click on it. At least y'all had a link or something, and y'all could watch that video later. It's a video. It was made by two Hebrew Israelite sisters. I think they did a really great job, because when he just said that to make sure it's joyous to us, right? It's not supposed to be grievous unto us. I think they did a really, really great job of showing that and explaining that. It's a little skit. It's not that long at all. Uh, but I'm gonna go ahead and share it in the chat.
Oh, praises. All right. We was at? I think we was at the in 28, verse 28.
33.
30. Damn, we
We
in 33.
I started. Yeah, I stopped at 32.
Okay, cool. All right, so now we finna get into the Feast of Tabernacle. And we just kind of jump around on this one. We ain't got to read the whole thing, because the whole thing on this is just basically talking about the different sacrifices for each day. So I guess we
Okay,
clear.
you
We
go.
could read down from 33 to 37.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second, Brother Levi. Do you want to read
Oh yeah.
while I'm doing it? Uh, I mean, I'm about to in a second, but while I'm doing this, if he had it up, that would have been cool.
Yeah. You got it, Levi.
Nope.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
I'm
I
about to
got
say
it.
I
I'm
have
back.
it too. I
I'm
also
back.
have it too.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Then. Thank you.
Leviticus 23 and 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. You
Yes, we
Okay.
can hear
sound
you.
good.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days unto the Most High.
So this is a 7-day feast. So every other feast was just one day, but this one is a 7-day feast. Come on.
On the first day shall be a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So these are the instructions. So the very first day of a 7-day feast is a holy convocation, meaning you gather. You gather, you feast, you enjoy yourself, and you have a good time. And he also said, it shall be no servile work. Come on.
7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation
It shall be
unto
a
you.
what?
A holy convocation unto you.
Right. So on the first day and on the 7th day, it's to be a holy convocation. No, on the first day and on the 8th day, it should be a holy convocation. You know what I'm saying? Every day in between, he said you should offer up offerings. But again, these are spiritual offerings now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure we offering up our minds, our bodies, and our souls to the Most High under this order of Melchizedek. These are things that we sacrifice. You sacrifice your time. You offer your time. You offer your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul to the Most High in praise and worship these 7 days. Come on.
And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye
Mm-hmm.
shall do no work, servile work therein.
Mm-hmm.
These are the feasts of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
Everything upon his day. So we're gonna hold that right there, y'all. So we saying that first these fall feet. It started first with the blowing the trumpets. Then it moved from trumpets it to atonement, and from atonement to tabernacle. So real quick, we're gonna start off with tabernacle. I mean with trumpets, and we're gonna go a little bit. We're gonna hit a couple scriptures on it. Then we're gonna hit a couple scriptures on atonement. Then a couple on tabernacle. And most high willing, we get some understanding. So we're gonna first start it off in Numbers chapter 10. If somebody read Numbers chapter 10, and we started in verse 1 through 10.
Numbers chapter 10, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, make these two trumpets of silver.
Hold on, wait. Let's make sure that everybody there, whoever following along, is everybody there. It's Numbers chapter 10. We're gonna start in 1, and we're going all the way down to verse 10. All right, cool. Now we can go ahead and go. My bad, brother.
Numbers chapter 10 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, make these two trumpets of silver, of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for thy calling of the assembly, and for the journeying of the camps.
So you see that? So these trumpets was made for a specific reason. He took a whole piece of silver, and from that whole piece of silver, he made two trumpets. One for the calling of the assembly, and the other one for when they was finna journey out. You know what I'm saying? So come on.
And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Mm-hmm.
And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
When ye blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward. When ye blow an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey. They shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm.
Right.
And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations.
So it should be an ordinance, meaning a law or a statute forever throughout your generation. So this was something that we supposed to observe from generation to generation, was the blowing of trumpets, because the different sounds um call for different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they blew it like this, then everybody would come to to the tabernacle. But if they blew it like this, then only the heads and the princes of the, you know what I'm saying? So, and then it was one, depending on how they blew it, to sound the alarm. So trumpets, you know what I'm saying? It had different sounds and for different meanings. So come on, where we at, verse 9?
Yes. And
Okay,
if
come
ye go
on.
to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord the Most High, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings of your months, ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before the Most High. I am Yahuah.
All praises. So that's what I wanted to get, because right here he gave the instructions for blowing of the trumpets. You know what I'm saying? So it was for calling the assembly, directing the camp, sounding alarms, worship and feast days. These was all the things that the trumpets would be blew for. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, now we're gonna get a little bit more in depth in trumpets and see it from a more spiritual aspect. So we're gonna go to we'll go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 33. And we're gonna start it in verse 1.
Again, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying,
Hold on, wait a
"Son of
minute.
man."
1 second, my brother. 1 second. Let's make sure everybody get there. Everybody there? We
He's
don't want to leave
correct.
nobody behind.
All praises.
All praises. Hallelujah. All praises. All right,
Hallelujah.
so cool. Now we could go.
Ezekiel 33:1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman.
And set them for what?
For their watching.
So a watchman is an individual that sits on the tower or that watches for danger. That's what he's saying. Take a man and make him your watchman. Because if I say that the sword is coming, you know what I'm saying? It needs to be somebody there to warn the people. Come on.
When he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
He do what?
Blow the trumpet and warn the people.
So that's what we supposed to be doing that's what we should have been doing leading up to trumpets. We should have been blowing the horn and sounding the alarm for the people. You know what I'm saying? Letting them know, like, look, the Most High has pronounced judgment on this place. You know, Babylon is getting ready to fall. You see all the signs and you see everything lining up just like the Messiah said in Matthew 24. You hear wars and rumors of wars. You see famines, earthquakes, pestilence in diverse places. You know, you're saying all of these things, and it's all culminating into the second return of the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? But in a process, we should be warning the people. He said, "Man, look, I set y'all as a watchman. Y'all watch as well as pray." And as we watching, we seeing these things come to pass, and we need to be warning our people. Like, hey, look, man, you know what I'm saying? Look, you stealing, man. Look, you better stop stealing because I know thief got a place in the kingdom of heaven. No fornicator, no adulterer, no idolater has a place in the kingdom of heaven. And if you continue down that path, look, this is where you're gonna end up. We got to warn the people, so when the day of atonement comes, they know what they atoning from. They know, look, I've been on that 1 Corinthians 6 list, that felony list, where when Paul said these things, know for a surety, these things will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. If you on that list in 1 Corinthians 6, look, you might well not even think about the kingdom if you on that list.
We might as well go ahead and read that real quick.
I was thinking that too. Hey, you want to get it or Levi? Can you get it? It don't
Yeah,
matter.
I could get it.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I
All
mean,
praise.
yeah. I'm
It
gonna go
don't
as
matter.
fast as I can. Okay, I was about to say. Okay.
Start that in
Here we
9.
go. 1 Corinthians. So you said start at verse 9?
Yeah, started in verse 9. Yes.
Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. It says, Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahuah?
So you see that?
Be
So he's
not.
saying, shall not. The unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. So
Mm-hmm.
if you on this list, if anything on this list, and you be like, dang, I do that. When you ain't got to let us know, if you like, dang, that's me. That's what you need to start working on first. Is
Mm-hmm.
anything that's on this list, because he said this is what will not get into the kingdom of heaven. Come on.
Okay. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahuah? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate. Effeminate is that gay?
Yeah.
Okay. Nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also something like that too.
Yeah.
Nor
Hey, Levi,
thief.
look that up real fast. Look that up real fast while she keep reading, so we can make sure we give a good understanding to everybody.
Uh, and I could also look it up in my 1560 too.
Mm-hmm. So
Um,
like so right. So like when you look up effeminate, right? Effeminate is not only talking about a homosexual, but it's talking about an individual who's soft. You know what I'm saying? From a
yeah,
spiritual
yeah,
aspect. You know what
like
I'm saying? From a
flamboyant,
spirit, huh?
like little flamboyant.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You got a soft spirit, and is often understood as like an individual who's morally weak. You know what I'm saying? Or it could also mean like a homosexual. But then you got abuser with themselves with mankind, and they also, when you look it up, it also is leaning toward homosexuality. But I think I want to almost say it's more than that too. It's more than just a homosexual individual. But
Yeah, the
I'll look it
when
up
they're
and just
harming themselves with mankind, I feel like that's like people who just like sexual immorality,
uh
like
huh.
where you just doing whatever, like I guess OnlyFans nowadays, stuff like
Yeah.
that. Just
They
abusing themselves with mankind.
they're gone.
They,
Basically, they're
they
gone, bro.
doing any and everything under the
Yeah,
sun.
they're gone, bro. They got a reprobate mind, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I have I have it in the Geneva. You want to see what it says here because it's a little different
Yeah, that's fine.
than the one I just read. And I'm starting at 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahuah? Be not deceived. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor watan. It says watan.
Mm-hmm.
Nor
Yeah, one time was
boger.
usually
It
associated
says,
with like with like a female. You know what I'm saying? Like when you read
mm,
Ezekiel, I mean Isaiah 3, when it's talking about the Israelite woman, he was talking about how they menaced as they go, and their wanton eyes.
oh, like wondering, wanting eyes, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like lusting
Uh
almost.
huh. Yeah. So that's
Okay,
what
and
it's
then
getting
there's
into.
another word. Sorry.
No, go ahead, my bad.
It's another word. It says bogurers. Bouggerers. Bogurers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say that. I'm trying to Google it, but my segment
What was the word?
is Bougg.
Hold on, wait. Let me pull this up real fast.
Okay, I found it.
How you spell
Uh,
it?
Bouggerers.
So it's
I'm gonna put
ERERS.
KJV meaning. Yeah, Bouggerers.
Okay.
Yes. And it says does not appear in the King James. Oh no, it's not in the King James. The word it is derived and originated as a derogatory term for the
Oh, so yeah, it
Bogomil,
has to do
a medieval
with
Gnostic
sodomy.
sect from okay. Yep, sodomy or other unnatural sexual acts.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and so this word was the word to replace the one over here where it says this one says um where was we at 6 and 9? Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Abusers of themselves with mankind. So in the 1560 it say that B word. And then in the newer version, it says the abusers of mankind, which means right unnatural sexual acts or boogery or sodomy, like how you were saying. Yeah.
Oh,
So they
praise.
just doing basically any and everything up under the sun nowadays. And then I could finish reading.
Okay.
Um, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor railers, nor extortioners shall
Mm-hmm.
inherit the kingdom of Yahuah.
So you
And
see that?
such,
Oh, my bad. Keep going. My bad.
I'm sorry, yeah, it's just one more verse. And such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified by the name of your Lord Yahushua and by the Spirit of our Yahuwah.
Absolutely. So as you can see, anything that he listed here on his list, whether it's a fornicator, idolater, adulterer, effeminate, abuser of themselves with mankind, thieves, covetous, drunkards, revilers, extortioners, say you ain't getting into the kingdom of Yah. So if you know what I'm saying, these are the things that we must be fasting from on the Day of Atonement to make sure we get covered and to make sure we are purged and cleansed so we can come into reconciliation with the Most High. Otherwise, if you practicing any of these things, you can't dwell. It's impossible for you to dwell with the Most High. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because his presence alone, it'll consume you. His presence won't allow wickedness to dwell with him. And that's why he
Yes.
kept telling, that's why he told Moses and them, look, y'all can't see my face and live. If y'all see my face and live, man,
Mm-hmm.
you will incinerate uh because my righteousness or
And
my
even
presence.
Moses had to cover his face because they couldn't even stand the glory of the Most High just bouncing or shining off of Moses' face because they were unclean. You know,
Hmm.
so even when like, and this is what I be telling people too, like even with like the Levitical dietary laws, right? So you think, if we were talking to someone who just got in the truth or somebody who doesn't really understand and they're being ignorant, right? And they'll be like, oh, so you saying I can't get into heaven if I eat pork? You know what I'm saying? Like that's first of all, that's a very ignorant statement. And just like Brother Nat said, right, the glory of the Father is so incomprehensible that you can't even fathom the thought that if your body is not clean, if you have any kind of impurities in you, rather you ate it or it's in your heart, you will perish. And it says it in the Bible so many times. We will be tried by fire, right? We'll be tried by
Mm.
fire, and he who endures to the end. So, and it literally says another verse that like our things that we acquire here on earth will even be uh they will, if they perish, right, if they get burned up, they're tried by fire. But if it don't burn, then it's cool. Like we will be tried, and we can't even see our Father's face because it's 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Like we have to be pure, we have to be clean, even if we want to just come near him. It's not possible to live a unhealthy, unrighteous life and eat swine and all of the other kind of stuff and still possess the Ruach HaKodesh, because it's not gonna dwell in you if you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's like he told the children or told Moses to tell the children of Israel don't cross this boundary when they was at the Mount Sinai. He was like, tell them, charge the people, don't cross that boundary that I set, because if they do, my presence will break forth and consume them. And that's what it is, because he say, the Lord is a consuming fire. You know what I'm saying? All wickedness in his presence will be
Yep.
purged out in the fire.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So yeah, so that's what we is. So
And he
I
said that he is like a refiner of silver to his
mm,
people, right?
yeah,
So how do you refine silver?
in the
Over a
fire.
fire. You do it over a fire. How do you know when it's done? When you see a reflection in it. So if we can't stay in the fire, right, we can't. It's gonna be hard, and that's why we have to afflict ourselves. Like the Day of Atonement, all this stuff. Like this is practice. You know what I'm saying, for what is to come, because we have to be able to endure. And if you
Absolutely.
can't endure a day of not eating, if you can't endure going through life following these commandments, if you can't endure that, then you will not be able to endure into the end.
Right. Because look, the
Yeah.
the Day of Atonement, that's the most holiest day. That's the holiest day in our feast day calendar. The holiest day on our feast day calendar because it was the only time in the year, the only time that the high priest can go into what's called the Holy of Holies.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time he can go into the Holy of Holies. And it was specifically to make atonement for the children of Israel. So let's keep going. Unless you have something else to add on to that, or anybody else has something to add on to that,
Mm-mm.
we can get back into that Ezekiel. What was that, Brother Love?
I apologize. I got into that First Corinthians deep. I started studying, but I, I'm serious. Ezekiel 30, I'm gonna head back there now.
Okay.
It's Ezekiel 30. Yeah. I gotta pull it up if y'all want me to
I
go
think.
ahead.
Oh yeah, I get it. I think we was at 4.
Okay.
You want me to start, Brother Love, or you want to do it?
Oh, go ahead, sister. You can.
Okay. All right. 33:4. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning,
Uh-huh.
if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
So you see this. So even though he set us as watchmen amongst the nation of Israel, he said, look, when the trumpet blow, if don't nobody take heed to the blowing of the trumpet and take heed to that warning, and the sword come and take him away or kill him, his blood gonna be on his own head. That's gonna be on him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on his own fault because he didn't listen to the warning. It's just like if the tornado sirens go off and you ignore it, man, whatever, man. Forget them. Forget that tornado warning. I ain't worried about that. And you don't go take shelter. If the tornado come and you die or you get seriously injured, look, who you gonna have to blame but yourself
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't take heed to that warning.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. You know what I'm saying? Or like if a fire alarm go off in the building. If the alarm sounds in the building that there's a fire and you don't take heed to it, you have nobody to blame but yourself. It's the same thing here. When you going forth and you telling the people, you using your voice like a trumpet to warn the people, say, hey, turn from your transgressions, turn from your sins, and they decide not to listen, you don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Don't take personal because look, that's on you then. If you don't want to take heed to the warning that I'm telling you, look, if you keep walking down that street, is a group of thugs out there and they gonna rob you. And you just be like, man, whatever, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. And you go down that street and you get robbed, man, that's on you. So come on, let's keep going.
He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him. Shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Uh-huh.
But if the watchman, you,
No, I was just saying, I'm just
okay, sorry. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand.
so you see that. So now you see the difference. Now the Most High saying at first, if the watchman blew the trumpet, but the people didn't listen, their blood was gonna be up on their own head. But he's saying now, if we see the sword coming, if we see the destruction coming, and we blow not the trumpet, meaning we lift up our voices and we warn the people. He said the sword will come and it'll take the people, and he'll be taken in his own sins. But guess what? He said he gonna take that up with you. You're going to be responsible for that individual dying in his iniquity.
Like, okay, just an example to kind of to same exact thing what you saying, brother Nat. But just imagine, right? The watchman. Let's just say the watchman is the father in the home, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody else is his wife and his kid, right? So if the watchman hear or see something, right, he see the sword coming and he don't tell his kids, "Hey, y'all, let's go," or his wife, "Hey, y'all, let's go." When the sword come, the Most High is gonna hold that father accountable for that family. It's kind of almost like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about that, we have to have each other back. and we have to hold each other accountable. And I know a lot of people sometimes, and the Bible says if you correct the righteous, he will love you. If you correct the fool, then he will hate you.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of us are pretty mild mannered, and we all get along pretty well. We cool. We should be able to hold each other accountable, even if we see each other doing little stuff, because if we don't, who will? You know, and that's it. That's all I had.
No, that's all praises. A good example, sis. All right, so
All praises, all praises.
all praises. You got something you want to say? Add on to that?
Oh no, that analogy that she just made was it was like perfect because us as men and husbands,
Mm.
we're ordained to protect and provide. And that analogy she just gave us was so powerful to me because sometimes we be in the midst of different camps and different organizations, and the moment as a man that you see that this situation or this place isn't right, you got to gird up your loins, you got to get your family, and you got to get away from these people.
Mm-hmm.
And what you just said was just so powerful. That's why I stepped in and said all praises, man. I want to thank her for that word. It was beautiful.
All
Yeah,
praises.
I'll praise it. I got a gift for being able to look at different situations in like every perspective all at once. So I
Hallelujah.
can, yeah. So I'll be able to be able to do that to help break stuff down, because that's important, especially when we're trying to get people to understand this word. Sometimes I could explain something to Nat in a different way that I would explain it to my 21-year-old sister who in the world, but still trying to know the same thing. So but yeah, this is good. Just like Paul said, if they are low, I become low. If they are mighty, I become mighty. If they
Mm-hmm.
don't eat meat, I don't eat meat.
Right.
So we just gotta learn how to speak everybody's language, a universal language, analogies, little examples, things that everybody can relate to, because the Bible was written really, 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 really long ago. So it is good to be able to comprehend it and understand it and relate on different aspects. So all praises to the Most High.
All praises. We with that.
All praises. Okay, am I
Yeah.
still reading?
Yeah, so we just gonna take that
Okay.
down to verse 9. We'll just take it down
Okay,
to verse
cool.
9.
Okay. Um
We in verse 6.
so so thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth. I'm gonna read that again. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Yasharah. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. Warn them from me. So he didn't say warn them for me. He said warn them
From me.
from me.
Mm.
It's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Oh,
Okay. Woo. That was powerful right there.
so yeah.
When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou does not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, if he do not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. All
Right.
praise to
So at the
Yahuah.
very least, you know what I'm saying? Like at the very least, deliver your own soul. You know what I'm saying? If you see an individual doing something that you know that the most I say, a land you in a lake of fire, warn that individual. And if nothing else, you'll be like, well, at least I delivered my own soul. Because if judgment was to be pronounced on you right now, I didn't clear my hands. I didn't took the blood off of my own hands. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this feast day is about, y'all. Or that's what the day of trumpets, or the Feast of Trumpets is about? Is about warning the wicked. You know what I'm saying? That if you continue down this path, then this the judgment that you're gonna be met with. You know what I'm saying? So making sure that we lifting up our voices like trumpets, y'all. So with that, we're gonna hold that. We're gonna go to Isaiah chapter 58. And we're gonna start it in 1.
You said 58. Yeah, you had to say 58.
I could read it.
You got it, Levi?
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, starting at verse 1.
Right.
It reads on this wise: Cry aloud, spare not.
Do what?
Cry aloud,
Cry aloud. Come on.
spare not.
Mm-hmm.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Do what with your voice?
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
So you see that? So we supposed to be lifting up our voices like a trumpet. To do what though?
And show my people their transgression.
Their what?
Their transgression.
Meaning their rebellion, sins, they trespasses. Show my people they errors. But we have to lift up our voice, y'all, like a trumpet, and that's why I read that. That's why we went to that Numbers 10 first. Is to show you the different ways in which a trumpet was to be used. So here the Most High telling us to use our voices like a trumpet to sound the alarm. To sound the alarm.
And that made me think of too the walls of Jericho as
Absolutely,
well. That
absolutely.
like
I
trumpet
know
is
you
so
wanted to get
powerful.
into that.
Made that wall fall. And if we don't, at least I said that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Which was powerful though. It was powerful. That was very powerful. The walls of Jericho. So if we don't get into it, then y'all can just read it on y'all own time. You know what I'm saying? But okay. So again, so lift up your voice like a trumpet, and then notice he said, "Don't spur though. Don't spur." You know what I'm saying? Meaning, don't look to. You know what I'm saying? To
Don't have faith.
not call somebody out because you wanna. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to offend them. You don't want to make them feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? No, the most I say call all of them out because open rebuke is better than secret love. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll rather call an individual out and save their life than to sweep what they doing under the rug and they potentially, you know what I'm saying, on the day of judgment, man, you get sent to like a fire. Like that's not love. You know what I'm saying, man? Love is correction. So again, cry loud, spare not, lift up your voice like a trumpet to show these people their transgressions. Come on, let's keep going.
Verse 2. Yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness
Uh,
and forsook not the ordinances of their Elohim.
right.
They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching the Yah.
So you see that? So he's saying this is how this nation sings. You know what I'm saying? See, look, the children of Israel, that's how we sing. You see all of us outside preaching the word. You know what I'm saying? Standing on the corners, teaching to the people, doing YouTube videos, keeping feast days. We sing as a people that had delight in the righteousness of the Lord, that had not forsook his ordinances, or that asked for justice, or to delight in approaching the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said, this how it seems. Come on.
Verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not.
So that's the question. This what they asking the Most High. Look, we fasting, but you ain't paying no attention to it. Come on.
Wherefore have we afflicted it our souls?
Wherefore have we done what?
Afflicted it our souls.
So we afflicting our souls. We fasting. Come on.
and thou takest no knowledge.
Ain't even paying attention to it. So we doing all of this. So we fasting. We afflicting our souls. But the Most High ain't paying no attention. Come on.
Behold, in the day of your fast ye find pleasure.
You do what?
In the day of your fast ye find pleasure.
Ye find pleasure. Come on.
And exact all your labors.
And exact all your labors, meaning you just doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing the type of fast that the Most High called for. He said your fast is you just doing you doing all your pleasure and you exacting all your labors. The Most High, that ain't the fast that he called for. Come on.
Verse
It
4.
was essentially what he's saying is it's hypocritical. This fast is hypocritical. Come on.
Verse 4. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate,
Mm-hmm.
and to smite with the fist of wickedness.
Come on.
Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high.
So you see that? So he's saying, man, look, what y'all fasting for? Y'all fasting for strife and for debate, to smite with the fist of wickedness. He's saying this ain't how y'all gonna fast to get your voice heard on high. You know what I'm saying? Like Esther and them did, or like they did in Nineveh. When they fasted, man, that fast was received by the Most High, and judgment was turned around. The Most High repent when he seen what they did in Nineveh. When Jonah brought to him, look, judgment is coming. Man, he said, look, we all finna fast. Ain't nothing gonna enter into our mouths, not food nor water. Not for man, not for child, or not for the beast of the field. Everything is finna fast. And when the Most High seen that they did that, the Most High was like, you know what? I see y'all. They voices were heard on high right then and there, and the Most High turned back the judgment. He turned back the judgment. But he saying what these Israelites doing right here, he was like, man, everything y'all doing is for wickedness. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all oppressing. Y'all fasting to argue and to fight.
I got a precept too.
Go ahead, sis.
Okay. This one is 1 second. Hold on. It's Amos chapter 5, uh, verse 21 through 23. And it says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat bellies. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. I'm gonna read the next verse too. But let judgment run down as water, and righteousness as many streams. I'm gonna just read all the way down. Have ye offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel? But ye have borne the tabernacles of your Molech and your images, the star of your God, which ye made to yourself. Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, said the Lord, whose name is Yahuah of hosts, Yahuah Sabaoth. But basically, he say that he hates and he despised our feast days and solemn assemblies and the holy convocations, the things that we do, just like he probably would not take pleasure in the fast that Brother Nat was just talking about, because the intentions behind it.
Yeah, absolutely, and not just the intentions, but absolutely the intentions. And to add on to that, it wasn't about them humbling themselves. See, this was all
Mhm.
about what was on the outside. Just like with the scribes and Pharisees, it was all about what was on the outside, and never about correcting what's on the inside. See, they would dress up and they would make themselves look fancy, had on the wristbands and the fancy garments and things like that. But he said, man, y'all are full of dead man's sepulchres. Y'all full of dead man's bones. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't focusing on what's on the inside, and that's why he was saying, man, y'all whole feast is for y'all whole fast is for strife and debate. These are the things that the Most High take displeasure in. And he said to smite with the fist of wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they ruling with wickedness, not in righteousness. They oppressing the people in wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? But let's get in that verse 5 and he gonna explain it more.
We still got to finish verse 4.
All right, yeah, finish my bad. Finish that verse 4 then, bro.
So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and I'm going to start that 4 from the top.
Okay.
It says, Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. Ye shall not fast as ye do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen?
That's a question. He asks, is this the fast that I chose? Come on.
A day for a man to afflict his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord?
That's a question. Come on.
Is not this the fast that I have chosen?
So this the fast that the Most High saying, ain't this the fast that I chosen? Come on.
To loose the bands of wickedness.
To do what?
To loose the bands of wickedness.
Come on.
Undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free,
Mm-hmm.
and that ye break every yoke. Verse 7. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh.
So you see this? So this is the fast that the Most High said that he has ordained to loose the chains of injustice, to set the oppressed free, share food with the hungry, provide shelter for the homeless, clothe the naked, care for your own family. He's saying, look, this the real fast is living out mercy, justice, and love for others. You know what I'm saying? To love your neighbor, to love your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your neighbor just like you love yourself. This is the fast that I calls for, not for you to be uh um fasting for strife and debate. So this what we must remember, y'all, when we fasting during this day of atonement. It's a fast to make sure that we are right within. We right within. It's not about the outward appearance. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, making sure you dressed up and you looking nice. Nah, man, it's to purge out whatever need to be purged out. If you find any type of wickedness that's within you, any type of living that's within you, this the time to purge it out. It's the time to get it out through fasting. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going, Levi. Unless somebody else has something they wanted to add on to it.
No.
All right, come on, let's keep going.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and verse 8. It says, Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine help shall spring forth speedily,
Mm-hmm.
and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of Yahuah shall be thy reward, shall be thy reward. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me. Verse 9. Then shalt thou call, and Yahuah shall answer. Thou shalt cry, And he shall say, Here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity, and if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity.
Thy light shall do what?
Shall rise in obscurity,
Uh-huh.
and thy darkness be as the noonday.
Right. So he's just letting you know, look, you will be all light and no darkness. We'll be just like him because he said, and thy darkness shall be as the noonday. What's noonday? That's the brightest time of the day. It's between 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. That's when the sun is the highest in the sky. Between those two times, and he said that's what your darkness will be like. It'll be just like that, meaning you'll be just like he is. You'll be all light. No darkness will be found in you because you didn't put away things that keep you in obscurity or that keep you in darkness. You will be walking forth in the light, just like he is in the light. We'll be in the light as well. So come on, let's keep going. Unless somebody has something to add on.
Yes. I just wanted to say that kind of reminded me about what we was talking about earlier about the Most High, about just how glorious He is and how His glory just shines so bright. When we get into the kingdom, Most High willing, we all make it there and we there together. There is no sun. We don't have a
Absolutely.
sun. We don't need any light actually at all because it says that He Himself is 10,000 times brighter than the
Mhm.
sun.
Mhm.
So yes, that right there is just kind of exciting. Like he said that our darkness will be as bright as the brightest part of the day.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
that right there is just amazing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like all praises,
No, yeah, that's what we'll be. We'll be
all
sons and
praises.
daughters of the light.
Just a little bit of gratitude, appreciation to my
Yeah.
father, real quick.
All
All
praise.
praises to the Most High.
All
All
praises.
praises. So yeah, all right. Anybody else had anything before we keep going? All right, let's keep going then, bro.
All right, we're in the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, and this is verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought,
Mm-hmm.
and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose waters fail not.
So now, he just telling you how prosperous we will be. You know what I'm saying? When we move from, from wickedness, from fasting for wickedness to fasting for righteousness. You know what I'm saying? He's saying like, look, this how you will be. You know what I'm saying? You'll be just like this. You'll be satisfied in a drought. You know what I'm saying? Your bones will be made fat. You'll be like a water garden, like a spring of water whose waters never fail. And water is often synonymous with life in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So man, he telling you know, like, man, we have an abundance of life, but the fast has to be right. You know what I'm saying? So when you coming up to this fast is about, you know what I'm saying, again, making sure you right within. You know what I'm saying? He said, man, look, the Pharisees make clean the outside of the cup, but they don't clean the inside of it. That's nasty as hell. That's like washing dishes and all you
That's
do
super
is,
nasty. That's real
yeah,
nasty. And see, I would at least think they would clean the inside and not clean the outside, but
outside,
no.
yeah.
Them Romans is nasty.
Yeah. But
That's
that's
nasty.
yeah, that's what he comparing it to. It's like you washing dishes and you don't wash the inside. I mean, you wash the outside but not the inside. You're not gonna want to pour nothing inside that cup. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna want to pour nothing. That's why he say, man, y'all are like, on the inside, y'all are compared to dead men. He compared them to dead men. You
Valley
know
of
what I'm
dry
saying?
bones. He said
Yeah.
that we are these dry bones. Can these bones live?
And these bones live. All
Thou
praise.
sayest. Thou sayest. You
all
know?
You
Are those dry bones?
crazy. You keep one, Levi.
All right, we at verse 12, family. And it reads, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach.
Read that again from the top.
Verse 12. And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach.
The repairer of the breach. Come on.
The restorer of paths to dwell in. Verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day,
Right.
and call the Sabbath a delight,
Right.
the holy of the Lord, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways.
Not doing our
own ways.
Come on.
Nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. Then shalt thou delight thyself in Yahuah, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Yaakov, thy father. For the mouth of Yahuah have spoken.
Right. So what he's saying, man, is this what a righteous fast to bring you. You know what I'm saying? A repair of the breach, you know what I'm saying? A restore of the righteous past. You know what I'm saying? We'll bring healing. It'll bring healing to the nation. True healing. You know what I'm saying? Restoring righteous and building true nationhood with the Most High. See, we'll be living under Deuteronomy 28, but it'll be from 15. I mean, it'll be from 1 down to verse 15, the blessings, instead of from 15 to 68 under the curses. You know what I'm saying? It'll bring us back into a relationship with the Most High, because again, remember, atonement means to cover and to purge and cleanse. Levi, do me a favor. Give me Psalms 119 and verse, I think it's verse 9, where it explains how you cleanse your way. You know what I'm saying? So by doing this, by fasting in a proper manner, fasting from and getting out all injustices and wickedness out of our system. You know what I'm saying? It'll bring a healing to the nation. What you got, sis? My bad.
No, I don't have a precept or nothing. I just wanted to kind of say, like how the Most High's analogy, right? He said that if we turn back to Him, because what did He say right here? He says, "And they that shall be of thou shall build the old waste places." So, my mom is not in the truth, y'all. She came and she stayed with me last week at my house, and what she had said to me, she said something. She was like, everything you do is really old school, back in the day kind of stuff. That's what she told me. She was like, you do stuff that I don't even do, like real old school kind of stuff. And so it's just funny how he says that when we turn back to him, we will be like the repairer of the breach, right? So basically, like, say, another analogy, this is just kind of what popped in my head, that all the pieces fit together. Like, say, generational curses. Let's say my family is one big house, one big home, right? And we all live together in that house. the house consisted of, right? The Most High paid our bills. You know, he pays all these bills. He buys all the groceries. All we got to do is live in the house and obey him. You know, just like how it would be if like I was like living with my mom or whatever. And say somebody just ran up in the house, you know, and just a burglar ran up in the house and changed everything, uh, you know, by force or whatever. And now we're all living in a whole different way, breaking the rules, you know. When dad come home, we gonna get in trouble. Say Most High is like our dad or whatever. But like he said, going back to the old ways, right? And it's funny how he mentioned it and said it's like a breach, like somebody basically like breaking in, robbing, because that's what a breach is. Somebody coming in trespassing. So let's say that they trespass, and when they trespass, they changed our behaviors, and that's what the main thing that the Most High is trying to get right. So like, yes, we're supposed to be fasting, we're supposed to be doing all of these things, but there was a trespass that happened, and then that's why we are doing what we're doing now, because we turned away from our old ways, and the only way to repair that or fix the part of the house where people could easily break in at, it's by going back to the old ways. I just thought it was just so funny how he compared that to a breach, because that's a very serious thing. You know what I'm saying? And then he says, and they that shall be of thee shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach. So once we go back to our old ways, right? Train a child up in the way they shall go. Once like this whole group of people right here, um, every child that comes from us, right, should be holding fast to this word. And every child that comes from this, so no matter what the fruits of us after this conversation, after we are learning right about this breach, we're all changed, we're all in the truth now. You know, everybody's been in here different times than others. You know, it's been about 4 years for me. Somebody it's probably been about 1 year. Brother Nat been about 10 years. Regardless, we all know the truth now. So that is the beginning of repairing that breach. We're learning the ancient ways and how to get back to those ways. We're learning how to be humble when the world gives us vanity. We're learning how to start slowing down when everybody's trying to hurry up. So instead of trying to fit in, of course we're set apart, but we should definitely be trying to figure out, and of course, you know, that's when we talk about these holy days and stuff, but I'm just speaking in general. Like little small stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the women and sewing and the men and being like leaders and saying, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. We instill this in these children. Every child that comes from us, just like he said in the scripture right here, we will raise up. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations from this truth, and we will be the restorer of the breach. We will be the person who breaks all of these generational curses. And right now, it may just seem like, you know, we just having a Bible study and stuff, but this is very significant, you know, because it's a little bit of us. It's gonna be like I have 2 kids. I don't know how many kids they're gonna have, but that's a whole generation. You know, like that's those are gonna become households. They're gonna be fathers, mothers, husbands, wives. You know, and they're gonna have this instilled in them. So it's just so important. Like, you know, right now, even like this little Bible study may seem small, but this is the beginning of like a whole new generation that's about to emerge, y'all. Like, and it's just amazing. And he said, the restorer of paths dwell in. The restorer of paths. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I be feeling it in the spirit. It's just I just love his analogies and stuff.
Hey, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry about it. Nah, all
Yeah.
praises for that. So
All right.
all right. So we finished that, right, Levi?
Yeah, you wanted to grab something out of Psalms 119.
Yeah, grab that Psalms 119. I believe it's like verse 9 or something like that. What did it say?
Where it says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?"
Absolutely.
Yeah, this Psalms 119 and verse 9. And it says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?"
So that's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? How can we cleanse our way? Come on.
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
So you see that that's how an individual, a man, woman, or a child is to cleanse his way. You know what I'm saying? Is by taking heed thereon. I mean, by taking heed thereon too, according to the word of the Most High. Come on, read that next verse, and then we're gonna move on.
Verse 10. With my whole heart have I sought thee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
Praises. So I just wanted to show that that's how we cleanse our way. You know what I'm saying? That's how we cleanse our way. So with that being said, we what time y'all usually get off of here, sis? We can't even hear you.
Oh, you gotta unmute yourself, sis. We still can't hear you.
Yeah, we still can't hear you, sis. I don't know what's going on with your mic.
I'm sorry. My bad. I was saying that we don't have a set time. I pay for the Google Meet thing because it used to kick us off after an hour, but we literally have unlimited time. I also recorded the entire study, so I will be posting it. I'm going to make a YouTube channel, and also Brother Love and Sister Renita both posted some comments in the comment section. I was gonna go ahead and read those if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, brother Love said he posted a precept too. Actually, the First Peter 3:21, the like figure whereunto these, I think these go with what you was talking about. Whereunto even baptism doeth also now save us, not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience towards Yahuah, okay? By the resurrection of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. And then he also has Isaiah 1:16. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from behind my eyes. Cleanse to do evil. And I think, cease to do evil, learn to do good. Because I know it don't say that, but I know that's what it say. And then Miss Renita said, I've been fasting for 25 days now. No meat and a few other things. I'm so thankful for the studies tonight. To be in this particular scripture was very important and informative for me. And all week I've been drawn to Psalms 119. I love Psalms 119, girl. That's amazing. I don't say, she said, I know I don't say much, but I'm new to understanding so much of the Bible. All praises, y'all are doing an amazing job. Brother Nat is killing it tonight.
As my brother Levi say, not killing it, but putting life on it.
Right, he's quickening it.
Yeah, quickening it. Hey, brother Levi, correct me real fast on that. I'd be like, man, you killed that song. You'd be like, nah, bro, you
Yeah.
put life on it.
Yeah, we be doing that too. During Tabernacles, we came up with something because we would always be trying to talk over or after one another. So like
Yeah,
everybody would hurry up and try to say, okay, let me piggyback off of that. And we'd be like, nah, we gonna lay 'em back.
yeah, we say that too. Yeah, we
Oh,
say
I
lamb
get it.
back
I
too.
get it. I
Yeah,
get it, yo. He's quickening it tonight,
yeah.
y'all. He's quickening it.
All praises. So
That's
yeah,
gonna be
that
our
Psalms
insider.
119 is very I just want to say this about that Psalms 119 though. It is very powerful because if you notice, for every 8 verses is a Hebrew letter that accompanies it. So for the first 8 verses, it's Aleph. And then for the next 8 verses is bet. Then so on and so forth. Every 8 verses is a
So
Hebrew letter that's accompanying that. What you finna say, sis?
every first verse is talking about the same thing in each of the 22 letters. Every second verse is talking about the same thing as the second verse of each letter. Every third verse of each letter corresponds with one another, not the first, second, but the third. So it's like you can go down and write the alphabet with one line of each of them, but like if you get the first line from Aleph, you need to get the first line from Bet and the first line from Dalit. Likewise, if you get the sixth line from Aleph, you need to get the sixth line from Bet and the sixth line from Dalit and Hey, because they all correspond with one another. That's actually a project that I've been working on.
Oh, crazy. So it and two, it it helps you to understand what the true meaning of the Hebrew language is. See, you got people that go into the Hebrew language but don't even understand. Like, look, the law, statutes, and commandments control that as well. So when I was saying earlier that the law, statutes, and commandments are the end all be all, it even governs your language because the law is a language unto itself. You know what I'm saying? So when Sister read that Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14, when she said this is the whole duty of man for God and keep his command, look, that's what you're going to be judged on. It's exactly what you will be judged on when we standing in that line of judgment and he say, you know what I'm saying, go to the left. It'll be based on what you did according to the law. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's teaching you. For every alpha, for every letter in the Hebrew alphabet is governed by 8 verses. It is explaining to you what that letter means. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to hit on that. But if we got some time, I don't want to hold y'all all night. We'll hit this we're gonna hit this what is it? Leviticus 16, and then we're gonna hit Hebrews 9 and 10, and then we'll get up out of here, y'all. I don't want to hold y'all all night. But it's just gonna show you the importance of or why um the Day of Atonement is the most holiest day for our people. Or not just for our people, but for the whole world. It's the most holiest day on earth.
You want to read the whole 16?
Yeah, I kinda do, yeah. I kinda wanna read the
Oh,
whole thing. Let me see how many verses it is.
it's
30, 34.
29, 34. Oh yeah, 34. I'm about to say 21. Yeah, 34 verses. Okay, you want me to start? I can start.
Yeah.
All right, just let me know when you uh want to start.
I'll go on here. Whenever you get there, you can go.
Okay. The Day of Atonement, Leviticus chapter 16. And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the two sons of Aaron when they offered before the Lord and died.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said, hmm.
No, I was just saying, uh-huh.
Oh, okay. And the Lord said unto Moses, speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all into the holy place within the veil, before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, and that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat.
So you see this? So the
Thus,
Most High is letting Moses know, telling him to instruct Aaron and make it plain and clear that he is not at all times. So he just can't enter into the Holy of Holies whenever he want to. You know what I'm saying? He just can't do that because if he do, he said you will die.
mm-hmm,
If you come into the Holy of Holies at any time that you desire to, other than on the Day of Atonement, he was letting them know that you gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So it was
mm-hmm.
only one time in a year that he can come, that he can go back there. So come on, let's keep going.
He said that he die not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat. He shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh. Is that supposed to say breeches like pants?
No, so breeches is like underclothes. So when you get to like
Okay.
when you get into Exodus chapter, I believe it's 28, it tell you
Mhm.
that breeches went from the loins, which is your midsection,
Mhm.
down to your thighs, right above your knees. And the purpose of it was to keep you from sweating
Oh, so
when you
like
go.
boxers.
Yeah, they like boxers.
Oh,
Absolutely, they
like
like boxers.
breeches.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's
they
where
like
that
they
word
like
came
boxer
from.
briefs.
Okay,
Yeah, they
that makes
boxer briefs.
okay.
So
Upon
and
his
the
flesh.
and the purpose of it was because you got to remember he's going into the most holiest place on earth, which is the holy of holies,
Mm-hmm.
which was symbolic of the true holy of holies, because this where they had the mercy seat, and this where the Messiah would come down, and he would appear in a pillar of a cloud over the ark of the covenant. It was the most holiest place on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So if he went in there, he had to put on the breeches to keep
So he
so
went
when he
sweat.
sweat, it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't fall down on the floor in there. You know what
And
I'm saying?
also, the Most High had a law too that in His sanctuary, wherever we go to worship Him, that there should be no steps, because back in the day they wore like long, you know, garments and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
He said that He ain't want nobody to uncover or see up
Submit.
underneath somebody else's
Yeah,
stuff. So yeah,
absolutely. So that's
Most
what
High
that is
just he
like.
just like that, he just like
Absolutely.
that. Okay. And he shall be girded with linen girdle, and with the linen mitre shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he
So this
shall
what he
take.
had. I'm sorry. So this what he had to wear when he went back there. So first thing he had to do is he had to take a burnt offering. He had to take a ram, and and a bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. But then he had to put on the holy garments. He just couldn't go back there in any old type of garments. He had to put on the holy priest garment. And then but before he did that, he had to wash himself, and then he had to put them on. You know what I'm saying? And this was the instructions. And what they would do is, before he went in, they would tie a rope to his leg, just in case he died. They can drag him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because couldn't
Mhm.
nobody outside the high priest go in there one time a year to make atonement for the children of Israel. That's the only time that they can go back there was on the Day of Atonement. And that's why this Day of Atonement is so important, because now Christ, being our high priest after the order of Melchizedek, on the Day of Atonement, he goes into the Holy of Holies, where the Father really sits in the heavens, and he advocates on our behalf. So that's why this day is so important, because this the day where you really truly make
Mm.
reconciliation with you and the Father through, you know what I'm saying, the Son. So did you have
That
something to
makes
say?
sense. That makes sense. I never thought of it that way.
Oh, praise.
I'm
All
glad you
right,
did.
let's keep going.
Uh, these are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kinds of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall cast a lot upon the 2 goats, and 1 lot for the Lord, um, and the other lot for the scapegoat. So, I don't know if y'all know what the scapegoat is, but a scapegoat, I think it was they would pray over this goat, so they would choose a goat, and the whole tribe or village or family or however many people it was, they would all pray over this goat, right? And basically, with the what it will be like is basically they're like projecting all of their sins into this goat, into this animal, right? So I'm all of the sins that Yasmeek has done this year, right? So say if we all everybody on this Bible study, if we had a scapegoat, right? I would pray that the goat would take all my sins, put all my sins upon this goat. Adriana Davis would put all her sins on the goat. Love is real would put all his sins. Levi, Nat Turner, Renita, Stan. We would all put our sins into this goat, and then the goat would be sacrificed, and the goat taking on our sins that we have done for that whole year. This goat is now being sacrificed, and then that's how we kind of would be like atoned or redeemed through this scapegoat. And that's kind of where that came from. I know, like modern day, growing up, I would hear that word scapegoat or whatever, but it wasn't really until like probably like a year ago or 2 years ago when I read this verse, when I read the Bible, that I actually understood what a scapegoat was. Right, is projecting everything bad that's in us, everything that the Father displeases in, that He does not like, that He does not want around Him, things that are not worthy of His glory, and we put it in this goat, just kind of how Christ put that spirit in them pigs, and then we kill this pig. So the Jewish people today, they have like they do this, but they do it with chickens, and they'll like have them upside down and like do like this and like basically swing them around and like wring their neck, and that'd be like they escaped chicken or something like that. Have y'all seen that ever?
Nah, I ain't never seen it, but
You
I
just
believe you though.
blew my mind with that because
Yeah,
I've
yeah, the
worked on a
Jewish people do that.
farm for a long time. And when we herd the goats from the top barn to the bottom barn, there was one day I was herding the alpha male goat. And when I grabbed the goat from behind, it's the first time I ever heard of this. And then I grabbed the hind of the goat and it screamed like a man being murdered. And it's the first time I ever heard a goat scream.
Mm.
So you saying that and then experiencing that firsthand, because the first time that happened to me, I like freaked out and I was like, it like shook my spirit. So
Yeah.
like you saying that's what they use the goats for, to
Mhm.
project the sin into the goat, that's so crazy because like you said, it's the same concept with the pigs and why
Yeah.
all the theories of why they can't look up in the sky and
Mhm.
trap souls and stuff like that, demonic. So
Yeah.
wow.
So when Christ was sacrificed, right? He took away all of the ceremonial law. So a lot of people, they'll say, the Christians, right? They'll say he took away all of the laws, but really it's the ceremonial sacrificial laws that we don't have to keep anymore. That was one of them, like the scapegoat things is because it says Aaron shall cast his lots upon the two goats, one lot for the Lord. So one goat would be sacrificed unto Yahuah, right? And then the other lot for the scapegoat, right? And but yeah, so once that happened, we have the understanding that now we don't have to have a scapegoat anymore because Christ's blood atoned for us. But like I said, the Jewish people, the synagogues of Satan, they literally still do this today with chickens. They wring their necks. You can look it up. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, them
But
wild
Wow, what
stuff.
a revelation. Wow.
All
mhm.
praise.
But I'm gonna finish reading it too. And Aaron
Okay.
shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be a scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord to make an atonement with him, and let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness.
Right.
And Aaron shall bring. Huh.
I wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, okay. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before the Lord, and his hands full of sweet incense, beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before Yahuah, and the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that
Mm-hmm.
is upon the testimony, that he die not. And
That
he
he do
shall take
what?
of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his fingers upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall be sprinkled of the blood with the finger 7 times. Um, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, you can keep going, but
Okay.
see, I just wanted to point out that you know what I'm saying. See, he was supposed to go in, but he got strict instructions on what
Mm-hmm.
he had been doing when he went in there because it was only one purpose for him going in there. But notice that he had to sacrifice for himself first and make an atonement for himself first, and then after that he'll make an atonement for the people.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only one time in a year that he was allowed to go back there, and again, it was for an atonement to be made for the people. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And it was only the high priest. So it was either Aaron or any sons that came from Aaron lineage. These was the only individuals that can be high priest. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yeah.
only ones that had the right to
And
go into
then
the holy.
and then the chapter started off with, and the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron.
Yeah.
And they put to death because they was playing in the temple.
No, yeah, they was, but what ended up happening was is that they offered strange fire
A
onto
strange
the
fire,
Lord.
right? They lit an incense
Yeah, lit an
or
incense
something,
and
right?
yeah. So that's what you know what I'm saying, they end up getting killed for. But yeah, pretty much playing in the temple.
Yeah, to me that's playing in the temple. Like
Yeah, playing in the
you can't.
temple. So yeah, so
Yeah.
and then too, you know, like the brother just put in the comment section, Christ was the ultimate scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you
Yep.
get into
Yep.
that Ezekiel, I mean not Ezekiel, but Isaiah 53 lets you know that he bore our sins and our transgressions. Our
Mm-hmm.
sins and our transgressions was put up on him like you would put it up on the scapegoat.
Yep. So exactly. So that's why we don't have to do the ceremonial
Yeah.
and sacrificial laws anymore. And because he basically right was the
What's the
scapegoat,
ultimate?
the scape lamb, the ultimate one.
Yeah. So
Exactly. But we do still have to keep the other laws. We should have a breakdown on that too. The
yeah.
different types of laws.
Uh-huh.
Because there's different offices when it comes to that. There's ceremonial laws.
That's
There's
yeah. So that's what I
just
was saying at
moral
the beginning
laws,
of the
right?
class.
Yeah, a whole different place.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the class, when you understand the differences in the priesthood. See, when you start
Hmm.
understanding the priesthood, then all of that will become clear to you.
Yeah,
Because Aaron, when you
Melchizedek
understand,
and
yeah, Aaron
Levitical.
versus Melchizedek,
Mm-hmm.
it
And the
it allows you to see the differences. You know what I'm
we got to
saying?
get
Because
back to Melchizedek.
huh,
I said how we had to get back to the order of
Mel,
Melchizedek.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Getting back to it, but and then
Mm-hmm.
too, it shows you like you know, the differences in the law, how the law changed or how it's administrated different. So, you know, whereas, you know, you see Aaron as a high priest, he making sacrifices and stuff. He actually killing animals, spreading blood and you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Well, under Melchizedek, Christ is our sacrifice. It's more spiritual now. You know what I'm saying? And we covered by his blood. And with his blood, he entered into the Holy of Holies instead of the blood of bulls and goats. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's a difference, but that's why we're gonna get into that that Hebrews 9 because it's gonna draw it's gonna draw parallels to this Leviticus 16 and it's gonna show you the difference in the priesthood. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, I guess let's kind of like we could kind of speed it up with this then.
Okay, then let me hurry up. Okay.
Okay.
Then he shall kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place, because the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation that reigneth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation when he goeth in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself and for his household and for all the congregation of Israel. And he shall go out unto the altar that is before the Lord and make an atonement for it. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and of the blood of the altar round about, and he shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he have made an end of reconciling the holy place and the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, he shall bring the live goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all of the iniquities of the children of Israel, and their transgressions and their sins, putting them upon the head of this goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto the land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation and shall put off the linen garment. So, okay, so that lamb, it looks like, was not sacrificed. So Salakia, because I kind of thought that the scapegoat was killed, but it looked like he was set free with all the sins into the wilderness. Okay. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation and shall put off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave there. And he shall wash his flesh with the water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come forth and offer his burnt offering and the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people
And for the who?
and for the people.
So he make an
For him, he'll
atonement
make an
for him,
atonement for himself and for the
for the
people.
people. Absolutely. So look, you can hold that right, sis, and jump down to verse 29.
And this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls, and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger that sojourneth among you.
So
For
see
on
that.
that day shall.
My bad. So you see that. So again, this going right back to Leviticus 23, where it says,
Mm-hmm.
"On the seventh month, on the 10th day of the month, you shall afflict your souls." So we clearly see that this was on the Day of Atonement. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? When Aaron went into the Holy of Holies, and he made an atonement and a reconciliation for the people, for himself, and for all the holy things that was within the temple. You know what I'm saying? And like the Father said, or the Messiah said, he alone is the only one that can go back there. But it couldn't
Mm-hmm.
be without blood. It couldn't be without blood. Blood had to be shed when he went back there. So we'll read that to the end, and then we'll go to Hebrews 9.
Okay, God. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. It shall be a Shabbat for rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by the statute forever. And the priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to himself in the priest's office in his father's stead, shall make the atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the holy garments, and he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priests and for all the people of the congregation. And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you of Israel for all their sins once a year. And he did as the Lord commanded Moses.
So you see that. So this was a once a year thing, but I want to hone back in on verse 34. It says, "For on that day," talking about the Day of Atonement, "shall the priest make an atonement for you to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord." So this is still a continuation, even though the priesthood changed and we under a total new priesthood. The Messiah is still doing the same thing for us. What you got, my brother?
I wanted to ask Miss Guy a question. You said that Yeshua. I mean, you said that about the scapegoat not being killed. What did you say?
Yes, so right here, because I thought the scapegoat was killed for some reason. I
No,
don't know why.
Yeshua didn't die.
Uh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was talking
You
about as far as the symbolic way, like just like the scapegoat was let out outside the city gates, Yeshua also never died.
Right.
fine,
So the
yeah.
scapegoat. Okay, I got you. All right, I
Yeah.
apologize.
So I wasn't saying it like as reference to
Yeah.
the
The Messiah.
connecting them, right? I just for some reason my brain associated that with the scapegoat getting killed, probably because it's a goat, and they in a temple, and they usually be sacrificed and killed. But here it says, and Aaron shall come into the tabernacle and put no, that's not the one. Where it's saying, and he shall make an end of reconciling the holy place in the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel. So he put all of the sins and the iniquities and everything that was unpleasing to the Father from the children of Israel on the head of this goat. All of their sins. Uh, Putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away into the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. So he gonna take him to a land that's uninhabited, and he's gonna bear the sins of the people in that land and in the wilderness somewhere. But it doesn't say anything about this goat ever being hurt at all or shedding any blood. So I just wanted to be clear that I made a mistake and I wanted to fix what I said because, like I said, I thought the scapegoat was killed, but obviously I was wrong per this paragraph right here, and I just wanted to correct what I said because I don't want any of y'all taking that away,
Mm-hmm.
and holding on to what I said because, like, I am still human. I make mistakes, and I did think that the scapegoat was killed, but it's not. It's not killed. It's taken to a land uninhabited, and it got to bear the iniquities of the children of Israel by itself in the wilderness alone. But nevertheless,
Okay.
it's not killed. So my mistake, Salakia, on my end. I just wanted to correct what I said because that was a mistake, and I want all of us to be on the same page and stand on spirit and truth, and that's the truth.
All praises, sis. I thought I was just talking about the symbolism of how they coincide. I apologize.
God, no, you're right. It is symbolic for sure because our sins, Christ did bear our sins, but like you said, he's still alive. He
Mm-hmm.
was killed. His
He's still
blood
alive.
did get shed, but he is living today for sure. So I agree with you.
But he really, when you look at it, he really represented both the scapegoat and the goat that was for a sin offering.
Mm-hmm.
All facts, brother,
Yeah,
all
because
facts.
the one that was for a sin offering that was to Yahuah.
Yeah, that's what he went into. It was because see, he had to die because you couldn't go into the holy of holies without blood. So his blood was shed, or offering was presented for him to be able to enter into the holy of holies. Just like that's what the sin offering was for. When the priest went in there, he spread the blood of the sin offering on the mercy seat 7 times. You know what I'm saying? And did other little things with the blood as well. So it was the same thing with the Messiah. He went in with his blood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely. So we finna actually get into that now with this Hebrews 9. So somebody wanted to read, or sister, if you wanted to read, or somebody wanted to pick up.
Yeah, I don't mind. If anybody want to read though, y'all can read.
I'll read.
Okay.
What
Hallelujah.
we're reading, y'all.
Hebrews chapter 9.
I'll read.
I still
Okay.
want to read. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. You ain't heard from her
Yes.
yet.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Levi, you could get chapter 10 then, Levi. We're gonna hit chapter 10. We're gonna try and make it fast. All right, whenever you ready, sis.
Ebony.
Hebrews chapter 9.
Okay.
Then truly, the first covenant had also ordinances of divine service
Sis,
and a worldly. Can you hear me good or not so good?
oh, okay, we got different words. I'm sorry. I thought I was sorry,
You
sis.
thought you was
'Cause this
treating
one
him.
say, yeah, this one say then verily. Yours says then truly.
Yes, I'm reading
Okay,
from the
yeah, sorry, I
Sefer.
was confused. My bad.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
reading for the Sefer. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we could hear you okay.
Okay, I'm reading from the Sefer. So the words are going to be different, and I may not know how to pronounce all of them, but all
You right
praises.
back, y'all. I gotta talk to somebody.
Okay.
Okay, Hebrews chapter 9. Then truly the first covenant had also ordinances of divine service and a worldly sanctuary. For there was a tabernacle made, the first, wherein was the menorah, and the table, and the showbread, which is called the sanctuary.
So this
And
first tabernacle, what he was saying, you first go into the tabernacle, the first sanctuary you come into is where the menorah was, the table, and what was the showbread. He said this was called the sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? And then what else he say after that, sis?
he says, after the second veil, the tabernacle, which is called the holiest of all,
What is called?
the holiest of all, which we know as the Holy of Holies,
Absolutely, the Holy of Holies. Come on.
hmm which had the golden censer and the ark of the covenant overlaid round about with gold, wherein was the golden pot that had manna, and Aaron's rod that budded, and the kaphers
The
of the
tablets,
covenant.
the tablets.
Okay, mine says kaphers or kaphers of the covenant.
Oh,
Hallelujah.
okay.
And over it, the
Cherubims.
cherubium. Okay, cherubiums. Okay, it's a different one. Y'all know how the Sefer reads.
Yeah.
Of glory, shadowing the mercy seat, of which we cannot now speak particularly.
Right, meaning when he's saying we cannot now speak particularly because at this time they had no idea what a mercy seat was at. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of speculations that when you get into like the book of Baruch, the book of Jude as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It looked like that that Baruch, he was instructed to take the mercy seat and the Ark of the Covenant to a certain mountain. Well, in Jude, when he came down to get the body of Moses, it was the same exact mountain that Baruch took the Ark of the Covenant to. So it's some speculation going on out there that maybe when he came and got the body of Moses, he took the mercy seat up as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's just why he's saying we cannot now speak particularly. You know what I'm saying? Meaning we don't really know what happened to it. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can make some assumptions or come to some, some really sound conclusions, but for 100% certainty, we really don't know where the Ark of the Covenant and the mercy seat is at. So, all right, verse 6.
Verse 6. Now, when these things were thus ordained, the priests went always into the first tabernacle,
They went always into
accomplishing
the what?
tabernacle.
So this talking about the priest. When you talking about the priest, we talking about just any Levite. because the whole tribe of Levite made up the priests and they did services in the tabernacle. But he's saying the priest went always into the first tabernacle, accomplishing the service of God. So when you get into the book of Numbers, it tell you, this Levite tribe right here, y'all gonna do this, and then y'all, the son of the Korah, y'all gonna do this, and then everybody was divvied out a particular service within the first tabernacle. So come on, verse 7.
Okay. So he went into the first tabernacle, accomplishing the service of Elohim. And I just want to add real quick, y'all, that's all I want to do is accomplish the service of Elohim so
All
that I can be
praises.
counted worthy of him. That's all I want. But I be having
Yeah.
a hard time, y'all.
Hey, we praying for you. So we all having a hard time. That's why they say, man, it ain't no sin. I mean, it ain't nothing that you encountering right now that ain't somebody else ain't going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, we all going through the same thing.
All
But that's why it's
praises.
important to understand the role of the Messiah, because he is the true repairer of the breach. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's gonna stand in the gap for us, stand between us and the judgment of the Most High, and advocate on your behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. That's the job of a high priest. The job of the high priest is to advocate on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? So look, all we can tell you is just, you know what I'm saying, keep him doing to the end. You know what I'm saying, and stay off that felony list. In 1 Corinthians 6, stay off of that, and you got a good chance. But
Praises.
yeah,
Verse
y'all
7.
praise.
But into the second went the high priest alone, once every year,
Once
not
every
without
what?
blood, once every year.
So you see that? So he telling you that the only person that can go into the Holy of Holies was the high priest, and it was once every year, which we just read in Leviticus 16. Come on.
But into the second with the high priest alone, once every year, not without blood, which he offered for himself and for the errors of the people.
For the errors of the who?
The people.
So you see that? So again, he had to go in, but it couldn't be without blood. He had to go into the Holy of Holies, and blood had to be shed for himself first, and then for the errors of the people. Verse 8.
The Ruach HaKodesh, this signifying that the way into the holiest of all was not yet made manifest, while as the first tabernacle was yet standing,
Mm-hmm.
which was a figure for the time then present, in which were offered both gifts and sacrifices that could not make him that did the service perfect, as pertaining to the conscious.
As pertaining to the what?
The conscious.
So you see that. So verse 8 is,
That inner spirit.
essentially telling us that the true Holy of Holies wouldn't, the way to the true Holy of Holies was not made manifest at the time, because uh the tabernacle was still standing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until Christ entered into the heaven, into the true Holy of Holies, that the true Holy of Holies was made manifest onto us. You know what I'm saying? But that's why he was saying that the gifts and sacrifices that they offer, it could never make him that did the service perfect, as pertaining to the what? The
The
conscience.
conscious.
You know what I'm saying? This is what you think, your mind, your spirit, the essence of who you are. It can never make it perfect, because it was a remembrance year after year after year of making a sacrifice on the Day of Atonement. You know what I'm saying? We constantly had to make a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? But when we get into the chapter 10, he gonna clear it all the way up. So let's keep going, sis.
Okay, verse 10. Which stood only in food and drinks, and diverse washings, and carnal ordinances, imposed on them until the time of restoration.
To
But
the time of
Mashiach,
reformation, which is, you know what I'm saying, the time to when everything would be straightened out. You know what I'm saying, or rectified through the messianic restoration. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the Messiah was coming to do. He was coming to because everything that we was doing under Aaron, it was all, like Paul said, it was all a school. It was a schoolmaster into the tutor into the faith should come. You know what I'm saying? So everything that was going on when and doing Aaron and under that Levitical priesthood, it was all just a shadow of things to come, or it was the schoolmaster that was leading us to the Messiah. And this was the time of reformation or restoration when he was restoring the ancient priesthood. You know what I'm saying? And how we should and how it was more of a it was a spiritual priesthood, because look, when you get into chapter 7, 6, 7, and 8 of this Hebrews, it tell you that if the Levitical priesthood was perfect, then it would be no need that another priest should rise after the order of Melchizedek. And it was a weakness, it was an unprofitableness in that Levitical priesthood that, you know, it was never meant to bring you to perfection. You know what I'm saying? It was just something that was getting you ready for the actual thing, or it was actually getting us ready for the Messiah or for the ultimate sacrifice. That's all it was. It's like somebody when you at school and you getting ready for a test. Well, you got a tutor that comes and that helps you. You know what I'm saying? But when the test come, you no longer have a need for the tutor. So
Right.
in like manner, when faith came or when the Messiah came, it was no longer a need for the Levitical priesthood because it served its purpose. But it was always prophesied. Moses said in Deuteronomy 18 is another one coming. John the Baptist said it's somebody else that's coming. I shall decrease and he shall increase. So they always knew that the increase was coming and that the decrease was coming as well. You know what I'm saying? So this was the time of reformation. That was, this is the reformation that the author of the book of Hebrews is speaking of. The Messiah came when the true sacrifice came, who was gonna make a sacrifice once and for all, and wouldn't have to keep being sacrificed year after year after year. He did it once in these last days, once and for all, because the Messiah is not going to keep you back up on the cross. He did it one time and one time only. What that would say, let's keep going though. So verse 11.
But Mashiach, being come a high priest of good things to come, by a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us.
So you
For if
see
the
it?
blood
So unlike Aaron, who entered in with the blood of bulls and of goats into the holy of holies, it said that the Messiah entered in with his own blood once into the holy place and have
Mhm.
obtained eternal redemption for us. Not just a yearly redemption or just not just a yearly atonement, but it's an eternal redemption. You know what I'm saying? So when you start getting into redemption, you will understand what he was being said, being bought back. You know what I'm saying? He brought us back eternally to where we have eternal access to the Father through our high priest, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? So come on, let's keep going. Sis.
Okay, 13. For if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of a heifer sprinkling the unclean sanctifies to to the purifying of the flesh,
Mm-hmm.
how much more shall the blood of Mashiach, who through the eternal Ruach offered himself without spot to Elohim, purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living Elohim?
So that's a question. So he letting you know that, see, what Aaron and his sons was doing, that was after the flesh. And that was the weakness and unprofitableness that was attached to the Levitical priesthood, because it was all based in flesh. You know what I'm saying? But the Messiah is saying his blood through the eternal spirit, when he offered himself without a spot to God, you know what I'm saying? It purges our consciousness. Now we can come and we can have a clean conscience before the Most High. We can approach the throne boldly. We can approach it boldly without, you know what I'm saying, our conscience condemning us, because the Messiah, whose blood is worth 10,000 more than any bull or goat that you can find. Because what he is he's the true repairer of the breach. You know what I'm saying? And the breach that we talking about is the breach that Adam and Eve formed in the garden. You know what I'm saying? When they broke his commandment and it put a separation between us, between the Most High and mankind. They put a separation right there. So now, what a Messiah, he has to stand in the gap for us. You know what I'm saying? So his sacrifice it purges our consciousness, and remember that's what atonement means. It means to purge and to cleanse. It purges and it cleanses your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So we can have a clear standing before the Most High. So let's keep going.
Verse 15. And for this cause he is the mediator of the renewed covenant, that by means of death for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first covenant, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. For where a testament is, there must also of necessity be the death of the testator. For a testament is of force after men are dead. Otherwise, it is of no strength at all while the testator lives. Whereupon neither the first covenant was dedicated without blood.
It was dedicated without what?
Without the blood.
Come on.
For when Moshe had spoken every precept to all the people according to the Torah, he took the blood of cows and of goats with water and scarlet wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the sefer and all the people, saying, This is the blood of the covenant which Elohim has enjoined to you. Moreover, he sprinkled with blood both the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. And almost all things are by the Torah purged with blood. And without the shedding of blood, there is no remission.
So it's no remission without the shedding of blood. Levi, you still with me?
Yeah.
Get Leviticus 17 and 11 real fast, because, and so read that verse one more time because it's important. Because he said, without the shedding of blood, there is no remission. Read that one more time for me, sis.
And verse 22, and almost all things are by the Torah purged with blood. And
Mm-hmm.
without the shedding of blood, there is no remission.
So there is no forgiveness of sin without blood being shed. You know what I'm saying? That's why he say that the wages of sin is death. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you was coming to the priest to make an atonement for your sins, that's why he was saying you always had to bring a bull and a goat. Something had to die on that altar in order for you to live. Some type of blood had to be shed. Levi, read that Leviticus 17 and 11 real fast, and we'll understand why.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 17 and verse 11.
Right, so y'all write this right here next to this Hebrews 9 and 22, right? Leviticus 11 is 17 and 11. Go ahead, bro.
For the life of the flesh is in the blood.
The life of the flesh is where?
In the blood.
Come on.
And I have given it to you upon the altar.
Where have you given it to us upon?
The altar.
Come on.
To make an atonement for your soul.
Not your flesh, but your soul. So the blood is given to us upon the altar to make atonement for our souls. Come on.
For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for
What
the
makes
soul.
the atonement?
The blood that maketh an atonement for the soul.
So you see that? So that's why he's saying in this Hebrews 11, all things are by the law purged with blood. And without the shedding of blood, there is no remission of sin, because it's the life of the flesh. Blood is the life of the flesh, and it was given to us up on the altar in order to make an atonement, to cover, to purge and to cleanse, and to make reconciliation. You know what I'm saying? Up on the altar for us to be able to have a clear and a clean slate before the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to that Hebrews 9. I just wanted to pull that real fast.
Verse 23. It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things in the heavens should be purified with these, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Mashiach is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the truth, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of Elohim for us, nor yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest enters into the holy place every year with blood of others. For then must he often have suffered since the foundation of the world. But now once in the end of the world has he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. And as it is important, and as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment. So Mashiach was once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear to the second. I'm sorry, let me start over. Verse 28. So Mashiach once offered to bear the sins of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto Yeshua.
All right, so we're gonna dive into this chapter 10. We ain't gonna hit the whole thing, y'all. We just gonna hit a couple verses in it, and then we'll go ahead and get up off of her. So did anybody have anything that they wanted to say, add to, you know what I'm saying, or just give y'all thoughts about that chapter 9, or anything, pertaining to what we've been going over thus far? If not, cool. Levi, you got that chapter 10 for me?
Yeah, I get it.
All praises. Let's get it. We ain't gonna hit all of it, bro. We just gonna hit some of it.
Okay, man. In the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, starting at verse 1. It reads on this line. For the law, having a shadow of good things to come,
Mm-hmm.
and not the very image of the things, can never, with those sacrifices which they offered year by year continually, make the comers thereunto perfect.
So you see that? So he letting you know that what Aaron and Moses was doing, it was just a shadow of good things to come, and it wasn't the actual very image of the thing. And the sacrifices that they were sacrificing, it would never make you perfect because it was something that they did year after year continually. Come on.
Verse 2. For then would they not have ceased to be offered,
Which is a question, meaning they'll still be offering them things to this very day. Come on.
because that the worshippers once purged should have had no more conscience of sins.
Right, conscience. That's what you're gonna keep saying. You're gonna keep saying it over and over again. Your conscience. That's what it's all about. It's about the purging the sin from your consciousness. Because as a man thinketh, so he is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you yield, whatever you yield your mind to do, that's what it's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? If you yield your mind as a servant of sin, your body gonna be a servant of sin. Or whether you yield your mind to the Most High, your body will be a servant to the Most High. But he's saying, like, if they continue to do what they was doing, offering it year by year after year after year after year, it would still be in your consciousness because you'll be like, oh, the Day of Atonement again. Now we got to make a sacrifice for our sins. You know what I'm saying? But with the Messiah, that's why at the end of chapter 9, he was saying he only did it one time and one time only. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if he was doing it like they was doing it, the Messiah would have to be sacrificed. You know what I'm saying? True. Every year. He have to come down. He have to come into a body and he have to be sacrificed every year. You know what I'm saying? But he only did it one time in the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? To make an atonement for everybody. Come on, Levi.
Oh, my bad.
You
All right,
good?
verse 3, family. But in those sacrifices, there is a remembrance again made of sins every year.
Every what?
Every year.
Come on.
For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins.
So you see that? So he's saying it's impossible. Blood of bulls and goats, it could never take away sin. It could never repair what Adam and Eve did in the garden. It could never do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why again it was a substitution. It was something, it was a schoolmaster just to get you to the Messiah, the ultimate sacrifice. And that's why I called him the second Adam. Because he came to correct what Adam did, and he came and he got it right though. So his blood, like it said in the last chapter, it was without spot. It was without blemish. You know what I'm saying? He had pure blood, untainted with sin. And it was the only thing that can purge our consciousness of sin. Come on.
All right, verse 5. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, Sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body had thou prepared me. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hast had no pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O Yahweh. Verse 8. Above, when he said, Sacrifice and offering and burnt offerings and offering for sin thou wouldest not, neither hadst pleasure therein, which are offered by the law.
Mm-hmm.
Then said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O Yah. He taketh away the first, that he may establish the second, by the which we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Yahushua HaMashiach, once for all. Verse 11. And every priest standeth daily ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices, which can never take away sins.
Mm-hmm.
But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down on the right hand of Yahweh. From henceforth, expecting till his enemies be made his footstool. For by one offering he hath perfected it forever, them that are sanctified.
He had done what?
Perfected it forever, them that are sanctified. Whereof the Holy Ghost also is a witness to us. For after that he had said before, This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, saith Yahuah. I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds will I write them. And their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. Now, where remission of these is, there is no more offering for sin.
So look, we'll hold it right there, y'all. But see, again, he going through and just breaking down the differences between the two priesthoods. where you know what I'm saying, where Aaron and his sons was were offering things on the altar that could never truly rid us of the thought of sin. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to the Messiah when he came and once and for all sacrificed himself. You know what I'm saying? His blood gives us the power to overcome just even the consciousness of sin, y'all. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna end that lesson here and just remember, y'all, what the Day of Atonement is about. You know what I'm saying? It's about a righteous fast to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that, you know, on this day, which is the holiest day, uh, on throughout our whole feast days, it's the holiest day that you know the Messiah is going into the true holy holies on our behalf and advocating and standing in the gap with for us to the Father. You know what I'm saying? So anybody else got anything to add to or you know, to that, or want to make any comments? What you what you got, bro?
Hey, I had a question about next week.
Uh-huh.
Uh, are you guys going to have this after Atonement, another Bible study?
We try to have the Bible study every single week. Um, Sometimes because it's a thing that I started. And believe it or not, when I started it, it was just three people, me and a married couple who happens to be my best friends. But all praises to the Most High. Today we probably had about 20 in and out. So the only times where we don't do it, which this is something that we're working on, and brother that can absolutely help me with, as well as sister Ajali used to help me with, but she's about to have a baby, and brother Richie, though he um has been busy too. Obviously, I'm in the hospital. I don't know if you can tell. I am in the hospital. Um, I have sickle cell disease, and sometimes there are times where life is very hard for me, and sometimes it can be hard for me to sit up. It can be hard for me to talk. It can be hard for me to just show up and do this. Sometimes it's really hard. Today, I'm in really good spirits. Though I am here and though I am in a lot of pain, my spirit is really really strong. So sometimes I don't show up. Basically, is what I'm saying. Sometimes it's hard for me, but now that brother Nat and I have talked outside of the Bible study, we haven't talked about this specifically, but on days where I can't show up, I do plan on trying to have the people who are here show up for each other. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all can even show up for me because sometimes I can't do it and I just want to sit and be prospect, you know. So as long as we can work together to make sure this is possible, every week is what the goal is. Um, and the only thing, like I said, that being a way that is me, I manually every single week send the invitations to each person manually, So there's a lot of stuff that I do, to kind of put into this. There's just behind the scenes that a lot of other people don't have access to. So I'm trying to figure out a way to where we can all get into some type of app or some type of software database to where everybody has everybody's information. And even if I'm unable to send everything out or show up that day, somebody else can do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the transparency behind this situation. So if we're all committed to helping each other and to continue in this space, then there's no reason why it shouldn't continue. But to answer your question, yes, we will be here. I'm sorry
Okay,
for the
thank you
long
so
answer.
much.
All right, with that says I was pretty much just gonna hold it there, and I was gonna say next Thursday, Lord willing, then we can get into Tabernacle.
Yeah, because we showed in. Man, see how me and you we were supposed to do all that, and I was like, no, we're gonna have to break this up, and we still didn't
Yeah,
even get through. We still didn't even get through that.
I already knew it. I already knew how it was gonna go.
Man, because the spirit just be moving, man. I just got my nurse, y'all. She's over here asking questions and stuff. I just got her information, and she's trying to join next week. You know, like I've been in here,
Mhm.
man, everywhere I go.
Spreading that
Everywhere I
gospel.
Yes, yes, yes. And she was asking me, she like, do y'all have an end time? Like, how long
Mhm.
does this go? And I'm just like, honestly, we just let the spirit move. I'm like, I don't think we've ever had the same kind of Bible study 2 times in a row or the same amount of time or anything like that. Everything's always different. We just kind of let
All
the
praise.
spirit move. Mm-hmm. And it's been moving today. It's been moving tonight. It's been moving this week. I feel like there's a lot of breakthroughs coming. All praises to the Most High, and we just gotta endure. Like that's the word of the week for me.
Hey, all praises. All
Endure,
praises.
man. And if I can endure this, everybody can endure anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's hurt. So we got it though. The Most High got us, and He kept us, and He allowed us to be together again today. So all praises to the Most High.
All praises. Anybody else got anything or any questions on anything that we went over before we get up out of here?
I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to thank for the invitation to come in, and thank you for allowing me to read to brothers and sisters. I appreciate it. All praise to the Most High and His only begotten Son, lives forever. Uh, I pray that the Most High continue to increase y'all understanding of His Word. In the name of His only begotten beloved Son, who lives forever. And definitely going to lift up prayers for the sick and shut in. May Most High continue to lift you up with His Spirit. And just wanted to say thank you again. That's it.
All
Thank
praises,
you for
Levi. Won't you take
coming.
us out with a song, bro?
Yeah, I'm about to say, you might as well go ahead and pray for us. But thank you for coming, Levi. Thank you for reading. It was literally my humblest pleasure having y'all here, uh, and having you read. Like, thank you. Thank you. For real.
Yes, all praise to the Father and Son and Lord.
All
Yeah, I'd get songs for you.
All
Any
praises.
requests?
Whatever you got, bro. Whatever you got.
Listen to landed on Psalms 122. With permission of the Most High, in the name of His only begotten beloved Son, who lives forever and ever and evermore.
Mm-hmm.
Long live the King.
Long live that king.
Long live the king.
And it reads on this wise, family. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is builded as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yahuah, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahuah. For there are set thrones of judgment,
the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, and prosperity within thy palaces. For my brethren and companions' sake, I will now say, peace be within thee. Because of the house of Yahuah, our Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Selah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All praises.
All praise.
Praise.
All right, shalom. I'll see y'all next Thursday, most high willing.
Yep. Shalom. See you next Thursday. Thank you for everything, Nat. I really appreciate you.
Shalom,
You did
shalom,
a
family.
great job. A
Okay.
great job.
Gotta
A
be with
round of
y'all.
applause. Yes.
And all praises be to the
Uh,
most high, man. Sure, we just did what we
yes.
supposed to do.
Yes, we did. But you did your thing. You
Yeah, all
did,
praises.
brother. You
I
did.
appreciate it.
Gratitude for sure.
We appreciate, I appreciate y'all for letting us come in here and, and do a little bit of teaching.
Please come back. We all love each other. We all collectively should keep coming back.
All right. Yeah, I'll come back as often as I can.
Okay. We would love
Definitely.
to have you. You too, Levi. We all family in here. We ain't related, but we all family.
Sure, no, we all blood. What you talking about?
Mhm. Yep.
I'm about to
Uh,
say we more related than
we
you
definitely
think,
are.
sis.
All
Blood
right.
can't make us closer. Blood can't make us closer.
So we got the same fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And we got
And
the same
spirit
big
bear witness.
father up there.
So,
No, but we do got the same blood. We all got that Judah blood, same blood as Christ.
straight over. So, distant cousins, huh?
Distant, yup.
All right, then.
Cousin.
All right, then, y'all.
All
I'm about
right.
to
All
get
right.
up off
Love
of
y'all.
here. All
Shalom.
right. Shalom. Love you too, sis.
One love, family. Shalom.
One love.